Okay, let's see. Let me know how everything works out, guys. I've kind of revamped everything as far as my streaming setup. I have a webcam and I'm not using it anymore. Oh, I can't even drag it. That's how tight it is across the computer. But basically, a friend of mine helped me set this up over the last weekend. Uh-oh, Loki's running over. Hey, boy. So now what I'm using for my camera is now the $2,000 camera I had before. So it's pretty good streaming quality. It's 6K resolution being turned into 4K resolution, being turned into HD resolution. But I think it works a lot better than the microphone I had before. So I'm going to stick, or the webcam I had before. So I think I'm going to stick to this one for now. But as far as I can see, this is really nice. It's going to help me a lot with my videos going forward. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. But yeah, so let me know how the mic turns out. I turned down the gain a little bit, tried to jump the volume as far as you guys are concerned. Let me know if it's too quiet, too loud, anything like that, you know. Or let me know, is it in the realm of possibility that you guys can, like, you know, you guys aren't raising the volume to max in order to hear me. That's what I'm basically wanting to know. But besides that, guys, let me read you guys' comments here very fast. Hey, Kyle. Hey, everybody. Hey, Papa. Hey, Justin. Hey, Paint Dog. Sorry, Loki's going wild over here, making sure he's not going to kick the camera over. Yeah, and there you are. You can see Loki in 6K resolution move down to 4K resolution. No, stop. Hello. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, he wanted to say hi. He really loves it when I first go live nowadays. He wants to always say hi. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want a treat? Here, I'll give him a treat. God, I've got drool on my face now. Let's see. See how gentle he can be today. Good boy. Yeah. Nah, now he just sits down over here. He might take a nap or something in a little bit here. Okay. And I also got contacts in. They're not the right prescription. They're like my last prescription. So if you guys see me squinting, particularly at you guys' messages, bear with me for a second, okay? I can see the monitors just fine. But okay, but hey, bye for the Island Time Paint teaser. Hope you guys all doing okay. Number one. And I can't see everybody else over here. Kyle, Island Time again. Let me make sure there you go. And JC. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. So So let's talk a little about what happened with Bitcoin over this weekend, guys. If you guys follow my second channel, which has the 24-hour streams, I gave you guys a little bit of a heads up alert that, hey, we had a breakout. Here are some levels of resistance you guys might want to be paying attention to. Let me see if I can actually find that video very fast. Let me see if I can find it very fast. YouTube. There's a Bitcoin going boom after breakout. That's not the one I really wanted to see here. There was one, yeah, Bitcoin. You guys can hear the volume. No, we can't. Okay, that's good. So I basically explained that we had this little bit of breakout here after a few hours. And I told you guys the resistance level you guys needed to care about as soon as this video kind of gets to that point here. Let's see. This is the 2-1 Gann level at about like 31,340. Oddly enough, actually today or this week, yeah, we got above that level here, only to get knocked back down again, which is pretty interesting. So let's kind of walk through what exactly happened here as far as those levels of resistance. If you guys did make that trade, it was a decent trade. Not fantastic, but this is a bear market rally. What do you guys expect at this point, right? And you can just see how we've been getting attacked by these fake outs quite a few times here, right? And this is one of the concerns we've been having on the channel, talking about, hey, every time we break out, it seems like we're just getting pummeled here. And we'll talk a little bit more about that over the next few hours because, oh gosh, guys, this has been an absolute doozy. I woke up this morning saying, okay, well, maybe I can be a little bit more positive about the market right now, even though it's a bear market rally. Maybe we can talk about getting back up here to some Fibonacci levels, like $33,000, something like that. But over the last hour, we just got tanked, and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is going to change the whole the whole message of this stream here. But if you guys bought the breakout, it was a nice breakout. It did give you guys some good money. I'm going to go just say like an average of 5x leverage here. If you guys bought it, you guys could have made about 15% for just holding about half a day, a quarter of a day, somewhere about 13 hours, 15 hours or so. So it was a nice breakout. Since then, though, we just got hammered back down, kind of similar to what we saw over these last few big moves, right? We've had these moves, and we just get annihilated back and forth. I want to tell you guys or show you guys whale alerts here. Check this out, everybody. Let me refresh this just to make sure. All right. 8 minutes ago, Bitcoin shorted about 10 million. 22 minutes ago, Bitcoin shorted about 5.6. Ethereum long 26 minutes ago. So far, not looking so good on that position. Bitcoin shorted 7.3 million. Bitcoin shorted 12. Bitcoin shorted 12. Bitcoin longed 8. But over the last 24 hours, longs have been liquidated 8 million, shorts liquidated 48 million. It looks like tomorrow that's going to be reversed again because now all these longs are about to get liquidated as well. And I think if we go down here just a few minutes ago as well, or maybe I missed it. No, I think we're fine for now because this is into the hours thing. You definitely do see Bitcoin just getting slammed hard right now. And here, let's look at it from the 5-minute perspective. We just got leveled. A huge amount of volume probably just came in. And what I want to check out as well is not just Bitcoin's price here. I actually do want to see the whale number 3. Go back over here. I want to see if he's actually sold anything. This guy still hasn't sold anything yet. So usually this guy sells before a pretty large dump. And we haven't had that just yet here. But I do want to let you guys know, every single time we've been having these little bit of rallies, we do seem to be getting hit pretty hard. So trade cautiously if you guys want to trade breakouts. We've even had some smaller breakouts still end up turning out pretty bad. I mean, this breakout right here wasn't terrible, right? Nice little pop, came back down a little bit, but eventually it made a good move. Similar here, but it seems like we just keep coming down. The one thing here, if you guys want to be optimistic about where Bitcoin's going, at least we have some type of semblance of higher lows here. Right? Breakout, buy, both have been good breakouts to trade. If you guys want to day trade, this is still an okay environment right now. The good thing here is we have the higher lows. Higher low here, higher low there, and about a higher low right there. Hopefully we can stay above that. If we start breaking down below these levels, then you might start getting a little bit more panic because then we might be coming into contact, excuse me guys, with this trend line here. So far, not terrible. As long as we can continue this little bit of an uptrend, maybe there's going to be a little bit of a better opportunity to open up some shorts here. I'm patiently just waiting. for either a nice little boom up to the fibs level or some of the Gann levels of resistance before opening a short position. There we go. Or, you know, if we don't actually make it all the way back up there, maybe, just maybe, I can find a way to open a short when we break down here. Well, yeah, it won't be too hard. Let me adjust this here to the 4-hour chart. All right. And something interesting that I saw today as well, now, since we kind of have this little bit of a drop, now we have another pattern here. If we break out above this, I will be buying it for a day trade only, nothing really too crazy long. I've been buying up some positions, as you guys know, over the past few months. But more recently, I've been buying a little bit more heavily at these levels. Anything else here? For this one, I think the last thing I just want to tell you about this specific chart is, hey, we're about to have our first golden cross on the 4-hour chart, between the 50 and the 200, and we haven't had that since all the way over here when we were dealing with this flag since March 20th. So it's been a minute, and you can see we had a nice little rally after that happened, okay, or while that was happening. And over that time, we were actually back above the 200 moving average as well. And a similar type of uptrend here, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and we kept on having higher lows until we eventually ran into a level of resistance that really beat us up here. So right now, what I think I'm going to do, it kind of depends on how I feel about this chart, to be honest, because there's so many different levels, trend lines you can add it right here. You could have this trend line right here, or you could have that trend line right there, like a rising wedge type of thing. But for now, let's take this one off, just because this one's more closer. And I'm going to have these here so we can see if we do manage to break out, what good could possibly come with that as far as some resistances and things like that. But okay, so far with a little dip that we just had over the past few minutes, we basically just bounced off of the 20-day moving average. I don't think if I move the 20-day on here, you're actually going to be able to see it, but let me try. Kind of. You guys can see it tap right there. That's really our support level here. If we do break down below this level, we could easily just be going back down here to the trend line and then, either bouncing or crashing over the next 24 to 36 hours or so, let's say that. But now we found a little bit of a bottom. We'll see how aggressive this move is. Hopefully after the drop, we can kind of grind back up. Shorts are still very much controlled. They give up some room, but, they have been still, bringing everybody down. All right, and a couple other things here, guys, before we go on to the talky parts where I hang out with you guys is, let's go back to the chart. This Gann level right here, we don't have to worry about this one or this one. Eventually, we might have to worry about this one later on this week if the NASDAQ really does have a good boom. Didn't really have one today. It started off really well. We'll talk about that as well, but didn't really finish off too good. But we have a level of resistance for this week around 32,661. We haven't been above this Gann level right here since we broke down a few weeks ago. What, 1, 2, 3, almost like 5 weeks ago, a little over 5 weeks ago. But this one right here, we seem to, it's a level of resistance for sure. You can see how we get stopped, or let me zoom in for you guys. We get stopped, stop. We managed to break out above it, but both times we've broken out above it, we just get slammed back down, which has been pretty interesting. It's not uncommon to kind of go in between these levels. We've talked about this before, but it's interesting that it's not as choppy as it normally would be. A lot of times when you break through these levels, you see, I don't know how to explain it. It's not as well defined. Normally, when we talk about levels of support and resistance, when you break it, that level of support or resistance is usually not as strong the second time around, the third time around, the fourth time around. This one seems to be staying pretty strong. Let me go over here to the 15-minute chart to see if there's been any weakness. See, there was a little bit of resistance right here. And then on the way down, we just got pummeled back down, of course. But it is a little bit interesting. Resistance, resistance back over here for hours. And, it seems like it's a resistance level for us, but it's not the best support level here. It only stays there for maybe a few minutes before continuing to crash back down here. But that's okay. But as far as other Gann levels, nothing to worry about there. Over here is the only one I want to talk to you guys about in this particular chart. We're still grinding off of this 2-to-1 Gann level here. This 4-to-1, it's important, but I don't think it's as important right now. So just so you guys know, in the future, I am taking that 4-to-1 off here. Still leaving the 3-to-1 here, just in case anything happens. maybe. I think whenever we move down to this level, it'll be very interesting. I think if we have a crash, I'd be using this level here, maybe this level, or maybe just a quadrant. I'm not entirely sure. But at this point in time, guys, we are holding this Gann fan level. We have never closed down below this on the weekly charts. On the daily charts we have. We did it here. We did it back during COVID. But so far, guys, I think this is a real strong level of support that we are not breaking down below. Because it's so strong. I don't want to explain that to you guys any better. But right now, I'm looking at this pretty favorably. Now, depending on how the market goes this week, because we do have some important data coming out, this could just be a huge wick, and by the end of the week, this could just be the nastiest red candle ever. But in order for me to think that way right now, I just need to see us break down below this trend line right here. Then I go from bear market rally to full on bear market. I mean, let's crash, let's go, let's buy as much as we want to. That's how my mindset is going to really change from here on out. So far, cautiously optimistic that we can continue moving up higher, maybe even come back up here to $33,000 or so. But the moment we start breaking down below this trend line that started off pretty much at those lows we had during the last crash, I'm going to switch back into full short mode here. And try to make as much profit as possible, to be frank. I think you'll see a lot of people get liquidated here. And I think in part what's happening is a lot of you guys have alluded to this, whether it's in the Discord or just chatting with me. Newer investors that are just hopping in that don't understand what a bear market rally is, they seem to be getting kind of slaughtered here, guys. I've been looking on Twitter, and I've been kind of reading people's comments and just kind of lurking, as they say. And people keep on buying the breakout and not selling it, and because they don't understand it's a bear market rally. The breakouts come back down in a bear market rally, right? And so I've been seeing over and over again people buying here, or not even here. They've just been buying after a big move because they weren't paying attention. They're like, okay, it's going to go up higher. Okay, it's going up higher. Now we want it to go all the way up here, right? And then it falls down, and then they're taking a loss, and it's like a rinse and repeat type of cycle. We saw it over here. After this breakout here, let me see if I can kind of follow you. Okay, whatever. That breakout there. And I think it's happening more and more and more. And I think it's just because, like, if you guys want to, you guys can make those trades. There's no problem with that. I think the problem is a lot of these new investors don't actually know how to have the stop losses on their charts or on their trades. And it's leading to a lot of people just complaining, like, hey, I keep on buying and it keeps on going down. And I'm like, yeah, it's a bear market rally. So just in case any of you guys are new to the channel, during a bear market rally, we will have some nice pops. They are going to be a little bit of traps, if you will. However, there is still money to be made, especially if you guys are trading on KuCoin, BitGet, Femex, whatever, Binance, whatever it may be. If you guys trade on those exchanges, you guys will have the ability to have a stop loss on your charts. Make sure you understand how to use them because, this is not the first time we've had these nice little moves upward and we just get slammed. Had a little bit of a move up here, slammed. Move up here as well, slammed. And every single time for the new investor, they just seem to be getting hit harder than they should be because they don't have a stop loss. If you guys have an exchange that does not have a stop loss or a good one, I'd recommend being a little bit more careful about how you day trade or swing trade on that platform. If you want to just use it for long-term trading, by all means, go for it. You're not going to be risking too much there since you're going to be holding for such a long time. Excuse me. Okay. But it's like 6:17 Pacific time right now. This new daily candle's only been open for about an hour and 17 minutes. But from what I can see right now, guys, Bitcoin's down 4%. That's a pretty big drop in 4 minutes, or an hour and 14 minutes, 17 minutes. Let me hop on over here to the 5. And we're still kind of falling down here, guys, a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. There you go. Got some fib support around 29,500. Hopefully we don't have to drop down that far. All right. We got Dogecoin down about 3, less than Bitcoin. Ethereum down 5, ADA down 3.5, Ethereum Classic down 5, XRP down 3, STMX 6 down 6, SHIB down 5, FTM down 5, Matic down 5. A lot of stuff down quite a bit here. Anything down a lot. UST still down, but that's always down here. Sand is down 5. ICP is down 7, back under $7 now, $6.99. On sale, not really. It's at anything else here that I need to see. Luna is down about 6% as well, down to $4.62. A lot lower than the $8 I sold at. Geez, but a lot lower than the $10. I think $11 it was at highs. Alrighty, but we'll keep track of this right now, guys. Nice little creep and drop. Bears are still in control. If you guys have been wanting to trade more, just use this as a lesson. I mean, we talked about this over the last week, right? But just understand there's going to be a lot of false hope here. We may even have another rally in the next few days. It's totally possible. Just understand eventually we will be coming back down. Inflation is still a problem. The economy is still a very big problem. The world is still in a really messed up shape. It is going to hurt crypto and the markets going down the road here. But while we're in a bear market rally, have a bunch of fun with it. Just be careful because things were looking okay this morning, but you guys saw, if I actually go over here to, let me just open up another chart here. Now, okay, let's get rid of that one. And this is KDA. Was this something I was doing with you guys before? Yeah. I don't need KDA on the screen. I need, where's she at? NASDAQ. There we go. And you can see so far the NASDAQ is just continuing to consolidate. Not really much going on here. One of the things I will say, though, for the NASDAQ, let me put the magnet on here. Similar to Bitcoin, we have this little bit of an uptrend, but the NASDAQ is much further away from its level of support than Bitcoin is. So let me just zoom out here. This line right here. Bitcoin is currently about 2.85% away from that trend line. You guys are going to see NASDAQ here is a little bit more than that. About 4.5%, almost 5% away. So we might see the NASDAQ take a pretty big hit over the next few days. Or, well, that's what would have to happen for Bitcoin to really take a tumble. Depending, I guess you would say. But by no means is this bear market rally officially over. We can continue going up higher. We could definitely run into the 50-day moving average. We could definitely run into the 20-week moving average here. It's just going to be, we're basically seeing if we're going to have like an arch like that crash, or if we're just going to struggle for a little bit, then crash. But I think this crash, so to speak, or this move down, this breakdown, is going to happen no matter what, just kind of depending on when that may be. But at this point in time, let me see. We went over this other day. CPI data, calendar. Yeah, there we go. So for May's data, it's going to be June 10th. That is in 4 days, or Friday. Just in time for a weekend to crash, if you ask me. But let's maybe stay a little bit more optimistic than I'm I'm being right now. I think that the fact that gas has been rising week after week after week for like the last month or so, month and a half or so, I do think that's going to have a really negative impact on the CPI data. Maybe I can just show you guys this here. CPI data, not calendar. Stop trying to finish my sentences for me, Google. News. Okay. Uh, Expectations. There you go. FX Street for you guys like Forex. U.S. inflation's expectation jump to 1 month high ahead of CPI data. U.S. No. U.S. inflation expectations as per the 10-year break-even inflation rate per the St. Louis Federal Reserve data rose for 3 consecutive days in the last to challenge the highest level since May by the end of Friday's North American session. Let's see. That said, the U.S. inflation gauge rose from 2.66 to 2.74 amid hawkish Fed speak and mostly upbeat U.S. data published on Friday. It's worth noting that strong U.S. non-farm payrolls joined the hawkish comments from the Cleveland Fed presidents to propel the odds of a third 50 rate hike in September from 75 to from 35 up here last week. So they're getting more hawkish. Okay, a few different things about what we just read there, or what I attempted to read there. So the economy is still strong in America. There's still a lot of people that have access to a bunch of jobs. So if you guys are hurting for a job, or you guys want to leave your job, probably not the best right now anyway, but you guys are going to be able to do that without much effort on your part. You know, people are going to be, instead of you competing with other people for a job, jobs are going to be competing for each other to get you to work for them. That's good. The problem is, as they compete, they're going to raise wages, which is going to move that higher cost, which is your salary basically, onto the consumer. And then after that, they're also going to have to deal with the fact that one of my fears right now is I know a lot of people are looking to get jobs and stuff like that. By all means, go. But if you're in a sector or a career which kind of spans between corporate, whatever job you guys have, if you're one of the newest hires, you may be one of the first terminated if things start to look bad, and there does have to be job losses and job cuts and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see. I have been getting more and more concerned over the last few days, guys, to be honest, as far as why are all these CEOs all of a sudden saying things are going to get really, really bad? Like, I've been saying this for a while, but I'm just some guy that, trades for a living. I'm just a random guy. I don't have all this high-tech data that, billionaires and banks and institutions have. All of a sudden, they've been saying, things could get really bad pretty soon. Not, they will, they could. And that's making me get a little bit more nervous, because if I'm just saying it, I'm just some kook on the internet. But if they're saying it, it makes me get a little bit more cautious, like, what does this kook know? Right? So, I think if anything bad happens in the economy, it would definitely happen later on this year. It would not be happening right now. We could have some bad signs and things like that, but I don't think necessarily it would be it would be happening this quarter or even next quarter. I think it might start towards December and things like that, unless things get really out of control really, really fast. Let's hope they don't. I think it really depends on how bad gas prices get. If gas prices, in August are incredibly high and gas is above $150 a barrel, we could be looking at really bad stuff happening in Q3. If not, it takes a little bit more time. It could definitely happen in Q4, but I was encouraged that OPEC is starting to pump a little bit more oil. Not a lot, but a little bit more oil. All right, but all right. Overall, guys, we're still above the trend line. We're still looking okay. The moment we start breaking down below that, that's where you might start seeing things look a little bit worse. And just so you guys can see this again very fast, on the right-hand side of your screen, we'll just put a 15-minute chart down here, I guess. I want to put the 20-day moving average, because that's really our level of support right now. If we haven't broken down below it already, we're breaking down below it right now. Okay. We had support there for just a little bit. We'll see if we can actually close down below that as far as the maybe a 15 or even an hour chart is concerned. But that's going to take another 35 minutes. Let's go back to chart here. All right. But hope you guys all had a good weekend, guys. It's been a pretty fun time. The breakout was nice. Everything else is just, it was good before I started the stream, right? But we'll see. But tidbits of knowledge if you guys want to be more optimistic again. Whale number 3 hasn't sold off. Normally he sells before some really big moves. Hasn't done it yet. If he sells today or tomorrow, oh boy, that might not be so good. On top of that, a lot of shorts are being liquidated yesterday. It looks like a lot of longs are going to be liquidated today, of course. The NASDAQ is still continuing to drive us down. Just look at that, guys. We had a beautiful open. We were above, breaking out. Everything was looking nice. Then as the day went on, we just started to grind down. And this makes me believe, frankly, guys, that there's two big things happening here. I think a lot of hedge funds, banks, institutions are slowly unloading their assets without causing a panic, because if they cause a panic, well, then they lose out on a bunch of money. Somebody's going to lose out of this, and it's not, it might be the retail trader, it might be some people that have their 401ks and pensions managed by, certain companies, but that's going to be a big factor going forward as well. I think they're selling some assets off, and then you have the quantitative easing going on, a quantitative tightening by the Federal Reserve as they're selling off billions of dollars worth of assets. Those are the two things driving this move down, but on top of all the bad economic data. It is what it is, guys. I wish I had better news for you here. Going forward, things are going to get worse, but don't forget that you guys can still make money in this market pretty handily. I would just recommend you guys start learning how to short as well as long. That way you guys have more opportunity. This is a short seller's market, frankly. We do have our breakouts. I made a little bit of money trading this today. That's why I gave you guys a little bit of an alert saying, hey, breakout, have fun with it. But, the majority of my money in this market for this year has all been from shorting, right? We did a big couple, we did a few shorts here. Let me just move the minute. We're still falling. I don't want it to be as pessimistic as this, but it's the time. But we remember trading this flag. At one point, I actually thought this was an ascending triangle. And this is a weekly chart, just so you guys know. But, easy trade. Well, this isn't actually lining up now because it's not in the weekly. Breakdown here. let's just say I had a 10x position, just a 10x, and I bought the end of the day instead of just the breakdown. I had the opportunity to make 270% profit in 7 days with just a 10% leverage. Personally, I did a 50x leverage on this because I had been waiting for this for so long, and I've been telling you guys, hey, I don't like the market, so to speak, right? Let me go over here very fast. Let's X out of here. One other thing, this isn't the right one. Let's go to the Coinbase, Bitcoin. There we go. All right. Let's make sure this is actually all right. Nope, it's not. There we go. I hate being addicted to the proper moving averages. That looks right. Okay. We're on the same path right now, guys. We're on a decent path to be heading back down to that 200 weekly moving average. If there's one thing I'll add here, the green line is going to be your 20-month moving average. Your blue line is going to be your 50-month moving average. Your yellow line is going to be your 200 weekly moving average, because that's normally where we take a little bit of a break here as we've been coming down, all right? There we go. And that's where we normally find our bottom. In fact, so much so, let me just get rid of these other ones for now. If for whatever reason the Federal Reserve can get its act together, they can get inflation down by doing higher rate hikes, I'd prefer they do 75 basis points twice instead of doing 50, 50, 50. That's just me. But I am no economist by any stretch of the imagination. I think I only did economy. I did economy classes in college, but that was years ago. And I played Deer Hunter in the very back of the room. So still passed with A's, but that's because I read books. Okay. But we're running further and further, we're getting closer and closer, guys, to the 200 weekly moving average. I'm going to buy my first major chunk of crypto when we actually run into this level here. I've been buying crypto, all types of crypto, for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months, basically, right? However, I'm looking to buy the big chunk, the big mother of all buys, coming into contact with that 200 weekly moving average. And then I'll have one other big buying purchase, which we'll talk about here in a second. There's going to be two different opportunities from when I'm going to be looking to buy here. The first one, and the most pessimistic for Bitcoin, is if the NASDAQ here, let me see if I can actually open up another one. The first one is the 200 weekly moving average as far as my opportunities. But for the second one here, let me pull up the NASDAQ. Whichever one happens first, this is when I'm going to do the second big purchasing. And this may change based on how I see the market conditions and stuff working out. But for now, let's talk about this. So for all of you guys that have been here for a while, you guys know my main fear right now is that the NASDAQ will break down below its 200 weekly moving average, leading to a big crash like we saw with the dot-com bubble, or something we've seen here with the 2008 financial crisis. All right. If that occurs, I will be buying Bitcoin, of course, at that 200 weekly moving average. There you go. Sorry, guys. That'd be the first thing. Now, if for whatever reason we manage to hold, and how should I say this to you guys in a very simple manner? If everything gets fixed and we do not break down below this 200 weekly moving average, and maybe let's just say we bounce and we continue on our way, from that point on, what I'll be doing here for Bitcoin is I'll be buying once we get back above this 200 EMA here. 200 weekly EMA. This is a daily chart, 200 EMA, 200 MA. Simple SMA, if you want to go that way. We haven't broken down below it again. And normally when we break back above that, after a few days of consolidating, we start having a nice little move, right? Go back over here as well to the crash, or the bear market of 2018, 2019. Same thing happened. The first time we broke above it after that consolidation period, boom, rocket ship. That's what I'm hoping for. But at this moment in time, I'm sure we're going to get back above this whenever we break down below it. At this point in time, I don't see the Federal Reserve doing a good enough job to keep the NASDAQ from falling off a cliff later on this year. For now, though, we're just bouncing around, having a good time. I think we bounced off of the 200 EMA here. Yeah, bounced off the 200 EMA here. That'd be a nice opportunity. But these bear markets only last for like 3 weeks, this one. And we're kind of in the third week right now. So hopefully we can have a little bit better time if the economic data on Friday is good. If the economic data on Friday is really, really bad as far as the CPI, you might actually see the Federal Reserve say, hey, those people have jobs. That's important. So because of that, and instead of doing a 50-point basis hike, I think you're going to see increased pressure for them to actually do a 75 point basis hike, which may be a little extreme to some economists, but I think it's actually what's needed at this point because, for heaven's sakes, I just you guys know how I normally don't pay attention to the gas price. I just like put my credit card in and kind of go because I'm usually talking or doing something weird on the phone. But I went to the gas station to fill up my tank. It was about $5.70 to fill up my tank, or per gallon here. And I was just like, now I know what everybody's so complaining about because that it's getting more and more expensive. Thank God I just have a small Ford Fusion. But if you guys are driving any type of diesel truck or anything, you guys are paying way, 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 way more than, than I am for gas. So, and the practicality of that, guys, here is if you guys have a set amount of income, which all of you guys do, I'm going to be making a budgeting video for you guys as well here pretty soon. If you guys only have like $5,000 to survive off of for the month, and like let's say $500 of that is going to gas right now, and that's realistic. Could even be more for some people, depending on how far you have to drive. Out here in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of people drive from Tacoma to Seattle for work, or Seattle to Tacoma, or they even have to take the ferries and stuff like that. If you're doing that, you have a lot less money to go to Target. You have a lot less money to go have fun with your friends. You got to actually think about it. Maybe we should carpool to the bar tonight, guys. And then when we carpool, maybe we should only get the discounted beer on top of that, which is no fault with that. I drink tons of discount beer. But normally you might like some Stella Artois, Dos Equis, Modelo, whatever it may be. You're not going to be buying the name brand stuff. You're going to be getting Rainier beer, PBR beer, right? So people are having to make those decisions right now, and there's more practical things that people can think about. I don't really have much of a social life, so I'm not entirely sure. But I just know things are going to get worse for companies, and then when they report those earnings, that's when you're going to start to see some really major struggles. It's bad. All right, how you guys doing right here? When the bank's saying that means they would buy low, sell some to buy big on that low, probably. But the crazy thing is, all that negative attention that's been going on with the market, as far as like Elon Musk putting out his letter after he let go of like 10% of Tesla staff, or Jamie Dimon talking about the market conditions like a hurricane and stuff like that, they really didn't have too bad of an effect on the market. It was kind of interesting, though, to see that the banks are positioning themselves now. If things get really, really bad, they're going to be safe. And part of me wonders if this is because during the financial crisis in 2008, we did see a lot of hatred towards banks, Wall Street institutions, and I mean a lot of it, because they were getting bailed out, and Wall Street was bailed out, Main Street was not bailed out, frankly, right? And I think they're worried that if something really, really bad did happen and they weren't prepared for it, would they really receive as much support as they think they would, as much as they need from the federal government? I've watched a lot of those cool movies that I think they're cool about the 2008 financial crisis. And it seems like if Congress really didn't step in under Bush and Obama, whether, different laws there, it would have, America as we know it right now would be totally different, because a lot of the financial institutions would have crashed. All of those banking accounts and stuff like that would have crashed. And guess what? For some reason, everybody around the world loves to have their money in an American bank. So, if they go down, a lot of other places in the world are going down too. So, maybe except for Russia, since we're so disjointed at this point because they attacked Ukraine, of course. But man, guys, it's just a bad situation for the world here. But as far as Bitcoin's concerned, I know we're falling like a rock right now, but we still are above a Fibonacci level, short-term Fibonacci level, and we have that trend line right here. I'll be interested to see if we actually break down below that tonight. If we do, boy, that means we're really, disjointed from the NASDAQ here. Or if we manage to bounce, maybe we can manage to hold and stay above that trend line there until the market opens up around, for me, 6:30 a.m., but probably a couple hours before that when the futures start opening up. So that might give Bitcoin a boost. And as far as I know right now, once pre-market, excuse me, not futures. Pre-market for me starts at 1:30 a.m. For you guys, obviously earlier if you guys on the East Coast or later on the East Coast. Probably best to just look on CNBC. Everything Apple just announced, new MacBook. Who cares? MacBook Pro, who cares? M2 chip, maybe that's good. iPhone software, maybe. Um, Texas Attorney General, oh geez, Elon has people on his side. All right, so you have the futures down about 0.57. That's not good. S&P down 0.66. That's not good. And the Nasdaq down about zero point 0.9. That's really not good. I wonder what actually caused this move down here. Um, I don't see anything important here. Jim Cramer says buy the dip in oil stocks. Oh, let's see. No, I don't see anything crazy. Everybody keeps on talking about Top Gun. I have yet to see it, but I can't wait for it to show up on a streaming platform. That'd be really nice. Let's go over here to the 1 second chart. Yeah, we really are taking a hit here, guys. Let me bounce back up here. But if any of you guys want me to check out a specific coin, let me know. Because from what I can see right now, just in the time I've been talking, Bitcoin's now down 5% in the last hour and 40 minutes. We have Dogecoin down about 4%, not as much as Bitcoin, but still down quite a bit. Ethereum down about 5.5%, ADA down about 4.5%, Ethereum Classic down 6%, XRP only down 3.6%. STMX down 7%, Sheep down 5.5%, so FTM down 6%. Gala is down about 8.5% right now, guys. So you are starting to see a general panic amongst investors. I mean, rightfully so. Look at the price. What's right here? And hey, Bideford, FYI, Woods Ark bought more Tesla today. I mean, I'm all for Kathy Woods, but she has been making some questionable calls over the past few months here. I think she doubled down on telehealth. I think that was one of them as well. Like, I don't know the ticker for telehealth. Tele? No. Telecom? No. Woods. Is there a way? No, I'm not even going to deal with it. Normally, there's a way you can actually search through this information. Actually, here. If you want to go to Tesla, if you say she bought some, I should be able to find her here. Oh, it hasn't shown up just yet here. It should show up in a few days. Elon Musk is selling off some assets, though. He is raking in the dough here. Look at him go. He's earned it, I guess. But man, oh man, we're still coming down. Um, I don't know about Kathy Wood. I think she. I wonder how much money she's going to make this year when everything's said and done. Not just her, but everybody. It seems like everybody's making some questionable calls. Personally, me, you guys know I sold all of my stocks as far as a lot of long-term stuff. I sold it over a year ago because I started to see some kind of worrying signs. Not really. I didn't really see inflation coming as a full-on train. For me, it was like a technical aspect. Wow, the market's been kind of hot lately, and that was my basis for it. But as I can, as I look at it right now, kind of a good call, but kind of got lucky at that point. And hey, Fitz, oh, thanks, T Doc. Thank you very much, T Doc. That's what it was. There you go. Yeah, she's been doubling down on this one and this one. Look at just last September, it was all the way up here at 143 bucks. Now it's at $34. I mean, this could always come back, and that could always be awesome. Maybe if COVID has another wave, maybe this could be a little bit more of a boost or something. But I just don't see the value in buying something like this right now in these current market conditions. And you definitely have everybody over here selling all their assets off too. Yeah, but definitely interesting times, guys. What's right here? And here, W, what are my thoughts on the crypto bill tomorrow? I don't think. Let me read about it exactly, so I'm not making any false assumptions here. Crypto bill. Here we go. Crypto lobbying hits fever pitch as Bitcoin's favorite senator finishes bill. The most highly anticipated legislation in the history of cryptocurrency is about to make its debut after months of hype drummed up by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kristen Gillibrand. Lummis, the first-term Wyoming Republican who enthralled the Bitcoin faithful with appearances at crypto festivals across the country, has been teasing the contents of her comprehensive digital currency regulation plan in a series of podcast appearances. Industry gathering and high-profile media appearances for much of the past year, Gillibrand, a New York Democrat, hopped on the hype train as a co-author in March, giving the effort of a new sheen of bipartisanship. If they can be bipartisan on Bitcoin, that's awesome. Say F you to the Fed. The campaign has fueled a lobbying bonanza on the part of digital asset startups, venture capitalists, and consumer watchdogs. They want to put their stamp on a sweeping bill that Hill aides and industry insiders believe will set the tone for how Congress writes the rules for crypto in the coming years, even if it's likely stands no chance of becoming law in the form that Lunas and Gillibrand plan to release on Tuesday. There will have to be changes to the law and stuff like that. Um, hmm. This is interesting. This might be good for crypto if you ask me. A leaked draft of the bill, which Loomis said dates before Gillibrand announced her involvement, sets off alarm bells with the Center of American Progress, a left-leaning think tank. I mean, I tend to think that conservatives will probably be better to deal with cryptocurrencies just because they kind of have it like let them do their own thing, let the market do its own thing, which I kind of like. I know regulations can be effective for people, they can help people out as well. There's a balance there. Hopefully they find it. But as long as that balance isn't tweaked too much to the left, and by left I just mean like over regulation, I think I don't think it'll have too much of consequence on what we see from Bitcoin's price action here. I still think overall what the Nasdaq does tomorrow is going to have much more of an impact. But I think as far as what you see there for the long term, I think if the bill is anyway just okay, good, great, if it's any one of those, I do think it'll make institutions feel a lot more comfortable about buying Bitcoin during these really rough times that we're seeing right now. I think that'd be a great way to enter the market. Or I think it'd be great. They would see it as a great way to enter the market once they understand, like, okay, if I do this, it's not illegal. If I do this, it's illegal. They have some boundaries. They have some understanding, and that way, all the lawyers that the institutions and banks have can really help things go, stay true to form, so to speak. All right. But the last time we had a crypto bill, I opened it up and I read a large portion of it. I'll try to do that again for you guys. But I would have to see the bill and I have to see it presented up there because it takes a while. I don't even think I have it anymore. But no, I just deleted it the other day. I had it up here as one of my quick ones. Streams, no. Crypto, no. Accounts, A-front graphics, chart patterns. House Bill DC. There you go. This little website. As soon as it's on here, I will open it up and I will read it. Skim it more likely, looking for certain terms such as digital assets and stuff like that. Excuse me. And then I'll give you guys my thoughts about what I see happening here. I tend to like doing these. I do these. I did this before YouTube as well. You can clearly see where lobbyists have like touch stuff up in a certain way. It's really cool. It's also really depressing if you like actually do this for the bills that you like. A lot of bills that both Democrats and Republicans pass, the overall headlines are very good, and then you just like actually read the bill and you're like, ah, and then it kind of makes you realize why everything's so bad right now. But I think overall, from what I read there, as far as this bipartisanship, I think that's going to be fine. I don't think Democrats right now want to be on the wrong side of crypto because a lot of people that invest in crypto are younger or downtown cities and stuff like that. They're kind of more their demographic. So don't tick them off when you don't have to. I want to have some crypto regulation, but only enough to get the Wall Street fully involved. And maybe that means that, there's a regulation I don't like, sure. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff in bills I don't like, frankly. Oh yeah. Oh, and thanks, Bud, for everybody. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I really do appreciate it. Bitcoin's still grinding down here right now, guys. I mean, I thought we might have seen a bottom once we tapped on the 20-day moving average. That's not really happened so far. We've still been coming down here quite a bit. What's it here? What's right here? So I'm making sure I'm not getting anything. Um, Let's see. And hey, Michael, could be about regulation. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of regulation there as well. I do think another thing that will most likely be in that bill is something related to what we saw with New York. I wonder if they're going to be talking about miners and how they consume energy. Because I think if I'm a Democrat, kind of going with the Green New Deal, the clean energy type of thing, you I think their base or some parts of the base would want to see Bitcoin miners use alternative energy. So this can mean like, anything green, any type of green energy. New York is trying to do that right now, but New York's plan is very, very, very flawed. I'm hoping that because it's, you know, the federal government, maybe they have a little bit more semblance of what is decent and what is good instead of having to do like a one side type of thing, because right now miners in New York are just going to simply move out of the city, and they're going to have to go down to Florida, Texas, maybe even California, somewhere where they don't have to pay a lot of, well, California got a lot of taxes, but somewhere that's just a more friendly environment for miners. Miners will always survive. They will always survive because there's always another country that will take them in because it's revenue, jobs, whatever. And for heaven's sakes, in New York, I saw the people that were the most mad about this bill were not crypto investors like you and me, not even the miners. It was all the electricians who get hired to do all these major projects, and they were losing all this business now because they no longer can expand it if they're not using 100% renewable energy. And I thought that shouldn't be too hard as long as they can, maybe New York's power grid is 100% sustainable, something like that. But I think New York's power grid is only 60% sustainable, which means they're going to have to find a way to get in. Okay, I think New York wants them to build an infrastructure for themselves when in fact it's just cheaper to pack up and leave. Right? That's kind of the way I see it here. But definitely not looking so good at the moment. Right? Yeah, I've been basing my whole econ outlook on Nancy's 1 million Google calls expiring in September. What do you call it? I think Nancy Pelosi and her husband have definitely found a way to make money in this market by insider trading. It's legal, I guess, in Congress. Whatever that means, it's legal for them. It's legal. But maybe they can fix the economy. That way we can all do really well. But I haven't been checking out too much of the Congress's calls so much over the past few weeks. Because if things get better, if gas is supposed to be high up until August, then maybe you start to see some relief in September and things like that. But by that stretch, usually the market's moving up before things get better. So the market's like saying, hey, this is what we think is going to happen in the future, right? Maybe the market starts to pick back up sometime in August or September, maybe. And then while we're still feeling a lot of pain as the gas prices are high, food prices are high, perhaps a famine coming over from Ukraine in certain parts of the world, which will actually affect the American economy as well. Right? I'll have to keep track of it because here, what's the best way to do this here? If we go over here and look at Bitcoin and look at the monthly chart for this one, if for whatever reason, like I said, the Federal Reserve gets its act together, they fix the economy, they fix inflation, jobs aren't lost, no recession, all's good and peach in the world. If that happens, well, guess what? Then we have a good opportunity of just having a simple breakout here. This is a monthly chart where we come down to the 200 weekly moving average as things get worse and worse and worse over the summer, of course. And this is a monthly chart, just so you guys know. We consolidate, and then we manage to break out sometime here, sometime in this space, depending on how much of a jolt we have, whether it's a V-shaped or more of just a couple of months period of being down, where we can try to bounce off of the 200 weekly moving average and then bounce or break through again, breaking above the 200 EMA here, and that'd be a good time. But if we're going off of the monthly charts here, right, the breakout would occur sometime in December, but that doesn't mean that if you bought around the 200 weekly moving average, you wouldn't, start to see some really good profits if you just kind of held on for a little bit of time. So let's say maybe in September, the price of Bitcoin's at 25,000, but it dipped all the way down here to 22,000 like that. Your Bitcoin would be up around 14% or so. Not terrible. Your altcoins, though, those would be making you a lot more money. But you got to be careful about the altcoins you pick. But, by the time the market's crashing and we're kind of down by the 200 weekly moving average, again, assuming that the Federal Reserve is able to fix inflation in the long term, you should see a majority of altcoins just really, really having a bad time. Like, for instance, if I go over here to the YouTube, Bitcoin's down 6% right now, and you're seeing something like a, well, actually right now Ethereum is down 6.5%. So let's just give it 1 to 1. Let's just say a 1 to 1 ratio here. Bitcoin comes down another 24% to reach the 200 moving average. Well, something like ADA, if it reaches 24% down, that means it wouldn't have even have fallen. Oh, this one's actually pretty interesting. Oh, because it pumped up so much in it. ADA would have to go down way more than 24%. Way more than 24%. Is there a better example than this? No, maybe not. Well, at least not one I can think of in the time frame. If Bitcoin goes down 25%, I can see Ethereum going down 30%. I can see ADA going down about another 30 to 40%. That's what I mean there. But look at this is Ethereum's monthly chart. Almost like a head and shoulders there. Not really, didn't really have the shoulder here, but wow, yeah. We don't really have a nice size shoulder here, but I wonder. This isn't the same chart we normally look at here, but month. I think if we close below this as far as Ethereum is concerned, and probably Bitcoin as well, we could definitely have just a terrible, terrible summer. Good if you're short, and I'll give you a much better buying opportunity, of course. But we really want to stay above this level of support here as far as Ethereum is concerned. If we don't, we're taking one of those nasty moves down that nobody wants to go. Oh, geez, Bitcoin's still going down here. All right, well, checking out the Fibonacci level at least. Maybe that'll give us a little bit of help. Not really. Jeez, we're grinding here, guys. Let me take a quick peek here. Sorry for your eyes. Let's refresh this and see if there's any whales hopping into the market to short us down. 2 minutes ago, Bitcoin 6 million short. 2 minutes ago, 3 million short. 57 minutes ago, 10 million short. So nothing really crazy yet. But yeah, we're still dipping, guys. Dipping. Look at this from a seconds perspective. Looks so gradual. In reality, we just got knocked down for round two. And this kind of leads me to what we've been talking about over the last few days here as well, guys. Let me go here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. We're back to being very, very close to this trend line here. Very, very close. So I know everything looks really, really bad, but some of you guys are just really aggressive, gung-ho investors, and by all means, do whatever you got to do. Just make sure you guys have a plan for it. If you guys want to start buying, right now is going to be a great opportunity to buy if you guys want to have such a very, very small stop loss. And by that I mean, you guys are going to be using the trend line here as your stop loss. We talked about this just a few days ago. I told you guys have a 2% stop loss, and it moved to 3%, then it moved to 4%, and then I think it moved up to 5% or 6% eventually, which is kind of crazy. But if you guys want to buy right now, you guys are only going to have about a percent stop loss. So if you got, I'm not buying right now, obviously, because I'm streaming. But if I wanted to buy, and let's say I had a 10x leverage, I would be risking about 10% for the opportunity for us to just get back above here. Back up a little bit, maybe back up to the neutral zone. Let's see. Buying right here, somewhere over here. So I mean, like 30% profit. I'm risking 10% for 30%. Doesn't really seem worth it in my view, actually. But if you guys wanted to be trading it, you guys could be, and you guys could be buying at these levels, knowing that you have a very small stop loss. And if you guys aren't trading with leverage, that means you guys are just risking 1% of the trade. It's not bad. A lot of times you guys have to be risking about 5 to 7% for the trade, and then be hoping that it moves back up and everything's really good. And this one, even if we continue to tumble over the next half an hour or so, you still only lose 1% of your investment. So just in case you guys wanted to take that trade, I'm not taking the trade because I'm streaming here. But it's not terrible. I wish there was more upside here, but again, we do have these higher lows for the past few weeks. That is a good sign to me, regardless of the nastiness that you're seeing right now. We got to just hope that when CPI numbers come out later on this week, we're not looking at an all-out disaster. That would really be troublesome for everybody. Okay, there you go. See, a little bit of a bounce here. Maybe somebody took my idea. There we go. Took my advice. Let me go over here. I'm chugging more water. Ooh, okay. Yeah, no worries, Kyle. Happy to help you out. And hey, can you TD Ameritrade warehouse burned? Oh, geez, that must be well, hopefully I don't have any problems trading tomorrow. I'll let you guys know if I do. And teaser shorts eating right now, guys. Shorts are going to be making a killing in this bear market. A killing. it's just the way it is right now. Shorts are going to be burned a lot during the bull market, just how they were in 2021. Shorts lost so much money in 2021, it was hilarious to watch. And now, like we were laughing at them, they're now laughing at us. Now, I laugh at both sides, kind of, because I am shorting this market right now. I have open shorts that I've had since about $35,000 or so. I've been happy to continue holding those shorts here. Now, have I shaved some of those shorts off? Yeah, I only have like 30 to 40% of those shorts still active. Not much compared to what I started off with, but I still have exposure to this market right now, and I'm still hoping that we eventually come back down to the 200 weekly moving average around $22,000, $23,000. That'll make me very, very happy, because that's what I'm hoping to actually get rid of about maybe another 30 or something like that. I just want to have 10% shorts left over, and that's only if, like I said, the Federal Reserve cannot get a handle on inflation. I want to ride Bitcoin down to a potential 16,000, even, I mean, long shot, even 14,000, but it's possible at this point. If the Federal Reserve cannot get everything under control and they really do start to see a panic as far as the market's concerned. The market has gone up a lot, everybody, and I mean a lot. So, it's due for a little bit of a pullback. That's fine. But how much of a pullback? We'll have to wait. Hopefully, the NASDAQ doesn't break down below the 200 weekly moving average. Hopefully. If it does, bad times are ahead. If it doesn't, we're going to be going off, and this drop won't be as bad as everybody thinks. No, it's right here. And hey, Bryce, what do I think about the bottom of Ethereum here? As far as Ethereum is concerned, let's go back over here to week. Let's get that one out. That. There you go. Chart. Let's get the volume off here. So right now, what I see from Ethereum is a couple different things here. Just because, again, Bitcoin's around 24% away, and from its 200 moving average and weekly moving average, excuse me. And you see Ethereum right here is about 28%. I could see them being kind of line in line here, kind of. Bitcoin's down 6% right now. Ethereum is down about 6.5. It's kind of even. But I would say probably around $1,200. Again, that's if everything is good in the world and inflation gets fixed up in a hurry. If it doesn't, realistically, if Bitcoin takes a little bit more of a drop because the NASDAQ takes a little bit more drop, kind of grinding everything down to a halt, I would think that you would have a good opportunity to buy Ethereum around $1,000. If not, maybe somewhere here between $800 and $1,000. For now, though, I wouldn't say I'm really planning on buying Ethereum sub 1,000. But if I can get Ethereum around $1,200, oh boy, you better believe I'm going to be buying up quite a bit of it. Let me see if I can show you guys this here very fast. Or will it allow me to? Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. This is the 200 week. Okay, so this is the 200 weekly moving average here. So just bear with me for a second. No, I think we're fine on this one. Where did we start spiking? Oh, right here. Okay. So we're going to go to when the trend actually started to really go boom here. Yeah, you might have a little bit of a buying opportunity from maybe like $900 to $1,000. That little gap there might be a good little buying zone right there for me. But overall, everybody on YouTube, everybody on TikTok, that all of us out there who believe that the 200 weekly moving average is going to be Bitcoin's bottom. I think that's I think most people kind of assume that. A lot of YouTubers are talking about that being the bottom for the most part. We're all assuming that the Federal Reserve can do its job appropriately and they know how to stop inflation without wrecking the entire market. Because remember, guys, Bitcoin has never had an American recession. It's never had an American recession, so we don't know actually what would happen at that point. And that's what's kind of so scary about all this. Yeah. But if we if we do go into recession, or that we have the NASDAQ breaks down below its 200 weekly moving average, well, Bitcoin will break down below its 200 weekly moving averages as well. and that could lead to Bitcoin's first death cross with a 20-week moving average crashing down below the 200-week moving average, and possibly if things get really, really bad, I mean like riot bad, like things are so bad in the world out there, people riot. I don't think that's going to happen. Who knows? People get drunk. You might even see a death cross between the 50-week moving average crashing down below the 200-weekly moving average. Ooh, ouch! My foot almost cramped up. Sorry. Oh man, that's what you get from wearing boots when outdoors with Loki today. Um, what's the best way to do this here? So, for example, here, let's get rid of this. Let's go over to the weekly chart here. Geez, we're already off to a red week, just like that. Man, yeah, it definitely just does not look good today. All right, yeah, I think for now, let's have faith in the Federal Reserve. Let's hope that we're just going to have something like this, then like that, basically. I'd be hopeful for that. If for whatever reason the economy can't be fixed up, bad times are ahead. I had something I wanted to show you guys. My brain wasn't thinking of it. Hey, we have our first higher lows here. Again, a 1% buying, a 1% stop loss if you guys wanted to take it. That's if you guys wanted to take it there. All right. See. And hey, Aaron, you've been watching the 1400 level for Ethereum because it's the all time high from January 2018. That could be a good strong level of support as well. Um, Watch Bitcoin closely while it's crashing. I think you may be right that maybe we find some good level of support around $1,400, but I think I could see a wicket coming back down to $1,000, and that's if Bitcoin really does have a crash down to its 200 weekly moving average. Um, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But again, guys, there's more institutional money than ever that wants to buy into Bitcoin. I'd be very, very happy to have them buy up at those same prices as us. Just remember, if you guys are buying for long term, buy and hold for the long term. Don't play the games of up and down because while we're buying here, of course, the price will just keep on going down and it looks really depressing if you guys are used to it. Um, and hey, Matt, I think we're a pinch away from entering the depression. You know, I haven't done much research as far as depressions and things like that. I still think the credit markets are good at this point in time. I don't think like I think we're going to be heading for a recession here if they don't get the inflation under control. But as far as a depression, a lot of times when I think of depressions, I think that to me a depression means there's not enough capital out there, so nobody really has any money whatsoever. I think everybody has a lot of people have access to credit these days, and I think if things get really, really bad, they can start putting things on credit. And in my opinion, I think after what we saw with COVID-19, I think if things got really, really bad, I think you could see the government do something really crazy again, like giving out unemployment checks, like a lot of money, right? A lot of money to help everybody get by. Because now there'd be real riots in the street if that were the case here. But it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I won't not say there could be a depression, but at this point in time, I don't think it's that bad. I think what would happen is you might see some people like in really bad living conditions, but for the average politician, that really doesn't matter to them all too much. Remember, we have really bad ghettos and everything here. I remember growing up, we had politicians come and talk to us all the time. Hey, vote for me and I'm going to make your situation better. They never did, right? Over and over and over again. But maybe if the middle class starts to get hit pretty hard, then maybe they'll have to start doing those extra things like, hey, we'll help you out here, or we'll give you food stamps. They'll expand the social welfare programs and stuff like that to make sure everybody can get by. Thank God for the modern day welfare infrastructure, I guess you could say. Because if things get really, really bad, we're gonna need all the infrastructure. Maybe they'll even give us everything through unemployment again, and I don't know exactly how unemployment works, but I helped my friend do it, and it seemed very confusing at first. But I think over time, it's like an easy update type of schedule. Oh, geez, we're still getting slammed here, aren't we? But yeah, maybe they'd be able to do that to help everybody out in the world, or America at least. I don't care about the world. I don't care about the world. I just care about America right now. If we're having any financial issues here, and guys, we're still about a percent away from breaking down here. Let's hope we can kind of continue this higher low type of thing. We'll just stay above the trend line here. And thanks everybody for subscribing. I really do appreciate that. What's right here? Make sure I'm not missing anything right there. Okay. The depression will hit if China invades Taiwan. The question is, will they? I don't think China will invade Taiwan anytime soon. I think they're still really figuring out themselves after all this COVID debacle with their zero COVID policy. I think in the future, sure, but I don't think if I was China, if I were to invade, I would probably invade in like 2024 at the earliest. I would not want to be trying to do it right now as like the whole world's in a freaking, you know what storm, right? I would not be trying to do that at all. But I guess I'm not a general. I just play video games, right? I think they will eventually. I mean, you're seeing what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. Russia, I don't know at this point. I don't really believe many news sources. I don't know who's winning the war. Frankly, I don't know who's winning the war. I do know Russia's economy is not taking as big a hit as we thought they were going to take because they managed to get people to actually pay for the rubles. That's what really shocked me about all this stuff. But I think, I'm hoping that Ukraine can kind of pull out the W here. But at this point in time, I don't know if they are. It seems like Russia's starting to make these small gains creeping across the country. But again, I don't know who to believe. I keep on hearing propaganda on the TV network, so I'm just like, I'll just wait to see who wins, and that'll be the end of it here. Let me go over here very fast. Let me see if there's where's that? I have a specific chart here for Gann fans. I think I actually just got rid of it a while ago. Main Bitcoin Ganns here. Oh, we're breaking down below this Gann level here. So we broke down below it on the daily once here. We've been managing to hold it up again. This may be interesting here, guys. This Gann level actually goes up at a pretty steep level. I know it doesn't look like it, but it does. There you go. I wonder if okay, we still have a day, like 5 days, 22 hours to close back above this. By this point in time, if we really do break down below this Gann level on the weekly chart, we've never done it before. And that can lead to really the strong move that we've been talking about for the past few days or so. So just so you guys are aware, hopefully the NASDAQ can really save us at this point because, yeah, we are really going to need the NASDAQ to kind of give us a helping hand here tomorrow. That's the only thing I can see. But again, for S&P down 0.44, NASDAQ down about 0.6. NASDAQ's actually down a little bit more than it was before. Yeah, geez. Signs of markets cooling. Well, yeah, no, Sherlock. There we go. All right. But I'll say this again. This is still a decent buying opportunity if you guys want to believe in the higher lows thing here. And Bitcoin is also down 6.5% in the last 2 hours. Usually good buying opportunity here. But again, you want to have a 1% stop loss here if you guys are buying. You don't want to try to hold if we break down below the trend line. It won't do you any good here. In fact, let me see if there's anything else I can pull up here. I can probably do some technicals on this one. I just want to see, did we ever even run into any of these fib extension levels here that were important? We found some resistance here. That's fine. Found some exact resistance right there, actually, exactly today, earlier today. Coming back down here. So, okay, I don't even think this is proper technical analysis, what I'm about to do, so please don't copy this. But I've been doing it for the past few weeks, and it's been kind of fun to see that it kind of has worked. So, but again, don't. I'm going to use the Fibonacci extension tool, but coming down. So instead of going down, we're going to go up, down, up. So I wonder if we do have another big crash later on the next few days. We might have some support kind of back around here, which kind of makes sense if you think about it, around 29,000 or excuse me, 28,600 or so. Maybe if we take a really big drop here, we'll come all the way back down to 26,600. I'll be watching for this level. I won't talk about this much for a while, but I'll come back to this chart like a week from now or something. Well, this is a 4-hour chart, isn't it? Looks a little bit different like this, doesn't it? Well, in that case, if I'm going to be doing this on a daily chart, why not just start it right here? Down, up. Did that actually work out at all for us? A little bit. We're breaking down below it now. Yeah, maybe we can find some support around here at 28,716, and after that, maybe down here at 27,893. Again, just me being kind of weird. Don't really follow this example unless it actually works out. We'll see if it does. At this point in time, treat that as a very, very ugly grain of salt. All right. However, here, guys, on the 1 minute chart, we are seeing a little bit of a cool off now that we're approaching the support level here. Let me go over here very fast. Let me go over here, add some stuff onto my charts. Boom, chaka. Okay, there we go. Doesn't that just look appealing to you guys? Anything right there? No. Yeah, we are really just taking a nice little hit right here. I'm zooming out here just a little bit to see if I can find anything of good news for us. If it'll let me. No, we're still pretty far away from the lows of last summer. You can see they've been a little bit of support, but nothing really set in stone, so to speak, so I'm not going to use this level at all. Be as optimistic as you can. I think the term I'm going to be using for this bear market is it's going to suck for a while, then you're going to be fine. That's kind of how I view all this stuff going down. We're still getting hammered a little bit, but it seems like there's some buyers at this level, kind of just kind of going after what I just told you guys before. It's a very small stop loss. You're not risking a lot of money by buying at this point. But overall, I mean, we're still just getting hammered here. I can even add the volume here. Yeah, big sell-off right there. So far, not really too much volume going on there. Oh, there's a little bit of volume selling off here as well. Let's get rid of that, though. All right. 14 minutes. 14 minutes to try to hold that higher low on the 15-minute chart is not going to work. Okay, there we go. Give him a shot. Give him a shot. There you go. All right. Oh, and Hades, have a great rest of your night. Sorry, guys. I know all my monitor stuff is blocking everything right now. Let's see. And hey, Musky Doge, we're all pegs on a chessboard as far as the crypto policy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I think the easiest way to understand how to make money in the markets, especially when you trying to talk about Congress and stuff like that. Well, I think it's safe to assume a lot of times that Congress is working for the private corporations instead of Americans. Yeah, fine. It sucks. We all kind of know it at this point, right? However, if you can figure out which companies are going to be helped out a lot, which is usually a lot of companies, then all you got to do is just kind of time the market properly and you're going to be fine. And that's why I like trading the market. That's why I like trading the market. It makes it a lot easier to have to deal with all this kind of crap out there because you understand I'm making money just like how the hedge funds, the market make, and the corporations make their money. If government's helping them, they're helping me. If I have a 9-to-5 job and I don't really own my own business or something like that, then of course I get more pessimistic about the government. But at this point, the government's working for people like me who want to make money out of the market, and I appreciate them for doing that. Might not vote for them, but yeah, it definitely is a kind of a pain in the butt for sure. If you when you think about it truly, but I can't be a cynic 24/7. You guys have heard a lot of my cynicism about the market and the economy and stuff like that for months now. And now that the market's really crashing, now all of a sudden politicians are actually saying they're doing something about it. We're basically trying to hold this Fibonacci level here, guys, on the 15-minute chart. It's going to be a battle, but we have a higher low, higher low, higher low. This isn't something you guys will be dealing with a lot if you guys are trading, but what's happening right now is we're just trying to hold that fib level here and also try to hold the low here of 29,385 or so, 29,385, which is the low of this 15-minute candle right before it. Hopefully we can. We've just had a freaking bunch of red candles here. If we can just kind of glide back up, there'll be some hope. Getting closer and closer to some death crosses here. Yuck. On the 4-hour chart, is there going to be a death cross? No, we're getting slammed way too hard to have a death cross right now. Whales are really trying to stop this this rally that we just saw, like really trying to stop it, which is kind of weird. Normally they would just let it play out so they can short it back down to a larger degree. And hey, teaser, throw some money in for a swing on Ethereum Classic. Oh, we're talking to somebody else? Let's see. Ethereum Classic is usually pretty good for swings, though. If you guys are trying to trade that one, it's a very good swing, especially if you guys want to trade it with 5x to 10x leverage. If you guys, again, I'll say this again. If you guys want to practice shorting or just playing around this market right now, since it is so much more volatile and a lot more risky for all of you new investors, I have a link for KuCoin and BitGet down below. I would sign up for those, and they have these paper trading accounts within them, so you guys don't actually have to fund the account. You guys don't have to put any of your own money into the account. You guys could just practice day trading long and shorting those accounts if you guys wanted to, okay? Makes life a lot easier when you don't have to actually put up your own capital to invest. You guys aren't going to be making money, of course, but you guys won't be losing money. And typically in these type of market conditions, new traders tend to lose money. All right, but I mean, guys, we're consolidating pretty nicely here. I'm looking at the 1-minute chart on the left side of your screen. We're holding. Now, we could always just have another big short coming here and like whale all of us down. But that's why if you guys are buying right now, I really stress that you guys want to have a 1 to 2% stop loss. That'll protect you guys a lot from any of the dangers that from this crash we're observing right now. Okay. And hey, teaser, I meant through. Oh, through some money. Okay. I guess what you're saying here. Up only 2% now. There you go. Hey, as long as you guys sell with a profit, that's all you guys need to ever make sure you do. I know it kind of sucks to sell for a loss, of course, and maybe you want to sell and you sell, but you wanted to make more profit. As long as you guys have a green number, next to that trade position in your trading journal, you're gonna be fine. And you can work and tweak things up. But in order to get a good green trade, most people can't do that consistently, and that's what trading all it is. It's just making money consistently from the market. I mean, now it's not easy to do so, right? But that's all we're really doing is just making money in the market consistently. Because if I made money this month, but I lost a bunch of money, lost all of it next month, and lost all the money again the month following that, I wouldn't be a full-time trader because I would have to go get a job at McDonald's or something in order to keep on filling my addiction of losing money in the marketplace. So you guys have to, make sure that you're taking what the market gives you, especially when we're dealing with the bear market here. Well, every single little rally seems to just get annihilated. You guys have to have that stop loss before you go to bed. That way, if you guys bought the breakout here, which I gave you guys an alert about yesterday on the other channel, bought the breakout, and let's say you came back over here, you guys could have used this Fibonacci level as your support level. So, you would have walked away with at least with a profit of, let me get out of here, magnet. There you go. 4.5%, 4.29%, not bad. If you're trading with leverage, that's 40%, right? Well, 10x leverage, that's 40%, not bad. But if you didn't, if you didn't have a stop loss and you just woke up and you saw your trade right here, well, instead of walking away with 40% of returns if you had the 10x leverage, well, you would actually be down about 10% right now, a little over 10%, close to 11% or so, 12%. And that's why you guys need stop losses. If you guys don't have them, your life can be pretty miserable, get pretty miserable pretty darn fast. Excuse me, guys. Jeez, I'm burping up a storm here. All right. I'm about to sneeze, but I don't know how. Excuse me. Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. Excuse me. Do you think it's good to buy algo? For long term, sure. Right now, you're going to be timing it with Bitcoin. So basically, Bitcoin right now is getting pretty shorted. The shorts are trying to break us down here. If they break us down, algo will go down a lot more. And so you want to be careful if you're looking to buy it. For long term, sure, I like it for a long term hold. But in the short term, you want to try to time that with Bitcoin's trend line right here, because if Bitcoin breaks down, you're going to see it go down in the short term. So I'm not sure if you're trying to do short term trading like day trade or a swing trade or a long trade. Long trading is going to be the best bet for a lot of altcoins right now, unless you're timing those altcoin trades to what Bitcoin's doing currently on your screen. And what I'll do right here, oh, I do have the support level right here. Sorry, I thought I just didn't have it. Oh man, yeah. Oh, we're getting shorted. Let's see what happens here, guys. All right, another sip of water. Sorry, guys, got chug, but this is pretty exciting. These fake outs by the market have been pretty darn extreme over the past few days. I just keep adding to my position slowly for the long term hold. Hey Perez, that's the best thing you can do right now is buy for long term hold. It's going to make you a lot of money in the long term. As long as you're able to hold, you guys are going to be fine. The problem here for a lot of people is they buy, they see the price continue to come down, continue to come down, continue to come down, and they get more and more afraid of holding it to the point where they sell for a massive loss. And then, a few months later, the market's been booming, and then they have to save up money again, and then they have to try to rebuy it at a much higher price. And that's my concern for a lot of you guys who are new. You guys will buy and not hold. If you guys want to do a long-term trade, you guys have to have the ability to just like lay down some cash in whatever coins you guys feel like you want to buy, and then you just got to leave them alone. You can have a separate account just for long-term holding, but you guys have to be very, 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 very careful about how you guys plan out these long-term trades. But you guys all have your plans, I assume. If you guys need a plan, I think I have a video on how to trade in a bear market if you guys ever wanted to watch that, but I don't know where, somewhere on the channel. Um, let's see. And Amos goes, "Don't be a sneeze block. My wife makes me sleep in the couch when I do that, bro." Oh man. Uh, what's it here? MACD might flip green for Bitcoin 5 minute. That might be good. I mean, right now, guys. I mean, look at shorts are clearly tearing us down. That is a fact. But we haven't broken down yet. So by that I mean there's still hope. So we're not gone yet. There's still hope that whales can come in here and try to help us out. At this point here, I mean, just look at this though. We've had this is a 15-minute chart, a straight 2 hours and almost 15 minutes of just straight going down, down, down. Yeah, it's not looking too optimistic, but again, we're at support. A lot of times we tap support just to kind of have a little bit of a bounce up above it. We may have something similar now. We could even come down this below for just a little bit of time here, guys, and then ultimately make a move up. Not really. I don't really like when that happens, but it has happened before. But we'll have to wait and see, basically. And somebody wanted to see Gala very fast. Let me see. Nothing really crazy is happening with Gala. It's down 10%. That's the weekly chart. Here's the daily chart. There you go. It's just following its trend line right here. If you wanted to buy some and you think it can hold just like how Bitcoin might be able to hold this level, right now would be an okay time to be buying Gala. It's also breaking down below the 20-day moving average. So, give it some time, but I really, overall, I'd be waiting to buy Gala at a much lower price. Hopefully, down here, back under like a 5 cent or so, if Bitcoin really does break down below and start heading back down towards that 200 weekly moving average of about $22,000 or so. There you go. I want to see more information about the shorts right now. Um, but yeah, it says no more. I wonder if they're just selling Bitcoin off or something, but somebody is really bringing the price down right now. It seems like people are starting to panic here just a tad, just a tad. Huh, that's right here. Uh, and hey, Matt, can I keep the charts going all night? Um, I mean, I have the 24/7 Bitcoin and Dogecoin stream on the other one, but give me a second here. I could try. I mean, if I kept this stream going on all night for you guys, basically what would happen is I would have maybe a 4 hour chart like this, showing you guys the support levels and stuff like that. Then maybe one showing you the 5 minute version of it, kind of side by side like that. I don't know if that would confuse too many people having all these lines on the screen though. But I think if I did do that, that's what I could do there. How would my PC like that? Would my PC like that? I guess it would. I wouldn't kill it. Yeah, I could try to do that. I guess. Yeah, I can do that for you guys tonight. It wouldn't hurt me too much there. I don't think it would hurt me at all. But yeah, one here. But yeah, I could do a 5 minute chart on the left hand side for Bitcoin, on the right hand side, something like that. And that'd be fine there. As long as it got some views. If everybody kind of died out though after the stream was over and there was only like 5 people watching, I might have to turn it off just to yeah, just because. There we go. But I can also put some music on from pretzel.com or something like that. Pretzel.rocks. Yeah, but I'll give it a shot after the stream is over. There we go. 15 minutes. There we go. All right. It's right here. Oh, and hey, Musk. Oh, Gala's releasing a new game or app tomorrow. I don't think it's going to make a big difference what Gala does, what any of these coins do if Bitcoin is tanking during the process there. It might give it a short-term bump when the app goes live. Yeah, short-term bump. But I think overall, it's not going to really give anybody some great returns unless Bitcoin is going positive in the morning. Let's say the NASDAQ starts going green, futures change, so to speak, right? Then maybe it can give a nice little boost. But I don't know if it's going to change it out of nowhere to start going back into being positive. Hopefully, though, I mean, what time is it? It's like 7:30 my time. Got hours and hours left until the market opens up for me around 6:30. So, where's it? 7:30. 11 hours until the market opens. A lot of stuff could happen before then, and maybe if the Nasdaq opens up green, SPY, Dow, whatever, that could help out Bitcoin and stop it from breaking down. But again, that's 11 hours, and we're really close to this last trend line right now. Very, very close. With a whole bunch of people probably having stop losses off of this trend line here as well. There you go. But, we'll have to wait. I'm surprised we're taking this late in the afternoon. Normally when I stream, everything's kind of boring, of course, but this is when everybody gets back home. They've already had collab with Epic Games. Yeah, I don't like Epic Games, but yeah, let's see what they can do with that. It's an opportunity. It's a money-making opportunity. I own some Gala. Do I? No, I don't have any more. I bought it off of. I did some trades on it. I'm hoping to buy some for the long term though, but I don't have any right now. Epic Games made something that I don't like, or they did something I don't like. No, I foot at it. It's not worth it. It's something game related. I think it's like Troy Total War or something like that. Let's see. Death Cross looks promising. You should. Yeah. I mean, on the 15-minute chart, we're about to have a death cross with a 15 and the 200, then possibly the 50 and the 200 here later on the day. But we're going to be hoping that we can find a bottom right here, guys, because if we don't, I mean, technically we are breaking down below a 20-day moving average. So typically when we break down below those moving averages we talked about, we tend to have these really nasty moves in the market. Now, would that mean that we come down even more over the next few hours? That means by the end of all this, by the end of tomorrow, Bitcoin could be down 10+%, which would just be heartbreaking for so many investors out there that just bought the breakout, right? Like, while we're kind of watching this right here, what's that one trader I always talk about? Crypto Over. Like, it's May. He just said there's a Bitcoin bottom signal. Oh, that was a few days ago. Monthly uptrend. No, that's not. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Bullish. He talked about the breakout there as well. We just talked about the breakout too, but with the caveat, hey, it's a bear market rally, right? Big move will be happening soon. He said this 8 hours ago. Do you feel like there's a big move happening right now, guys? All right. So there's going to be a lot of new investors kind of buying in right now. A lot of them. Well, not right now. Actually, probably just buying up when the price was way, way back over here. Since then, it's definitely not had that opportunity. Oh, let's see right here. But I show that guy's Twitter account to you guys regularly so you guys have an understanding. Hey, there's a lot of false information out there from people that don't know technical analysis to save their life. Like to save their life. So please make sure you guys Don't just listen to me. Just don't listen to a person like that. Go around YouTube. Listen to some people. I have my views. Other people have different views. Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes they're wrong. It's just the way it is. But guys, I tell you guys all the time, feel free to flock over to other channels every now and again and see what they're talking about. And if you guys ever feel something or hear something like, hey, Michael, what do you think about this? I'm always open ears. I'm a very basic technical analysis guy, but it works. It makes money. Okay, I think of it as basic. People think of it as a little bit more advanced, but it's basic because I don't use all the fancy technologies of the super rich people that trade. I don't like doing that. It's too much money. It's too annoying, and I don't like the software. I don't like the payment plans for the software. They're freaking annoying as hell. But here we go, guys. Kind of coming down to the moment of truth over the next few minutes or so. If we can have a bounce, that'd be awesome. We're going to be hoping for some type of strong move because right now we're just in this little bit of a... I know this is the most babyest little thing you'll see, but we are in a little bit of this downtrend here. So maybe we can break out above that. Again, the shortest of terms. So this is a minute chart. Don't expect much to come out of this breakout, but we could be hoping for a breakout here that kind of moves us back up to this little level and then start to curl back up where we could see a bottoming out and a move like that, so to speak. We'll keep it on here for now just because it's kind of fun. We had another one here a few seconds ago. This level of support, I guess you could say, if you went off the body of the candle, right? But we just broke down below that. But I don't like using the body of the candles anyway. You guys know that. And then we had this one. Broke down, came back up to test, then got rejected and came back down even more. Gotta love the simple stuff. All right. But how far away are we right now? We're $155 away from breaking down at this moment in time, everybody. 155 bucks away from breaking down. Jeez, my dog farted. Oh man, there's a little bit of a breakout that we're hoping for right there. Now we might be able to find a bottom. I think if we can find just one green 15-minute candle, I think you're going to see a lot more buyers hop into the market here. We're so close to support. We might even just dilly-dally around here until tomorrow morning. And if the NASDAQ crashes again or just comes down at all, you may see Bitcoin come down here a little bit more as well. Where's my dog at? Logie. Loki. Oh, he was sleeping on bed. There you go. With a little bit of a breakout there. Here you go. Oh, here. But yeah, whenever I hear him making weird noises, I'm making sure he's not tearing up stuff in my bedroom. He does it more than I would like him to. There you go, boy. Yeah, good boy. All right. There you go. A little bit of a greenness. Let's kind of zoom out here to kind of talk about what might happen because we really don't have many Gann levels of support here. We've talked about a few different ones over the past few months. We had some support over here, had some support over here. Not much support on the 4-to-1 Gann level. We really don't. Oh, that's a different one, but still not important here. There we go. This is the next Gann level I can think about, guys. If we were to start tanking fairly hard over the next week or so, I don't know if we're really going to be due for a major crash until maybe the weekend or something like that. If we are going to have a crash, okay. However, this is to the U.S. dollar. This one's going to be a little bit different here, actually. But that's fine. According to this, we really don't have support until we reach about 20,448 or so. I think by then we're going to run into the 200 weekly moving average, and I think you're going to see a pretty sizable bounce off of that. And part of the reason for that is, if we go over here to the weekly chart, I've been talking with a few friends that on YouTube and things like that, kind of just exchanging ideas of where we think the market may be going and things of that nature, and how people trade in these types of wonky market environments. And you guys know how I feel about Twitter, and I feel like there's a whole social media engine around Bitcoin to make people do stupid stuff. I think you could see a nice sizable bounce kind of led by social media buying the 200 weekly moving average. I'm going to be interesting to see what happens there because normally, guys, we all know we come into contact with it for a while and we bounce up. COVID was an exception, but bounce off of it. Oh, and doesn't go all the way back over here to 2014, does it? We bounce off of a 200 moving average, weekly moving average way back over here as well. But I'm going to be paying attention to this stuff pretty darn close over the next few weeks. There we go. The smallest of breakouts, if you guys even wanted to have a little bit of fun with this, I don't even know what fun you could have on this type of thing because we kept on coming down, didn't we? Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, baby technicals. I don't really see what else you could do there. There you go. But now we have the opportunity, if we can just have this 15-minute chart over here, 15-minute candle bar over here, close in the next 6 minutes and 52 seconds, we could have a nice little reversal here temporarily. We have an opportunity. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but we have an opportunity. But we'll see. I know some of you guys may have taken that position with a 1% or 5.5% stop loss here. There's going to be a lot of people taking the gamble right now to buy. And if it breaks down, you lose 0.5%. If it goes up, you make like 4 or 5% over the next few days if the Nasdaq can recuperate, so to speak. What's it here? And hey, yeah, see you in a second, man. And hey, baby fish, it's Mama Tank. Longs will get wrecked. Dude, longs are already getting wrecked, but I think they can definitely get wrecked up a lot more. Right now, we're just waiting to see if we can break down below this trend line here, or if we're going to stay strong and try to wait at least until the market opens up tomorrow. The market's going to be a big determining factor here, guys. If you guys are long on Bitcoin and you guys want Bitcoin to go up, you really want the Nasdaq to really open up green and just have a soaring day here. And so far, that's a possibility because the market's been kind of consolidating here. I think what's coming to the market's mind at this point, though, what the market is fearful of, is Friday. If you guys didn't know, we have the CPI data, the inflation data coming out. If inflation data sucks, the market will go down hard. And think about what inflation has been, what that data contains. It includes like rent prices, but also gas prices, the cost of goods. Have you guys been hearing on the news how gas has been soaring the past few weeks? That could really make the CPI data a lot worse, and that could really give a big spooking to the market because if inflation is really, really bad after having a pretty good jobs report, that means the Federal Reserve will have all the ammunition they need to try to do more than just a 50-point basis hike. In my opinion, I think they need to start looking at more of a 0.75 rate hike, maybe even a 1 point hike if things are really, really bad this month and next month, not just this month, but this month and next month. But I think this next upcoming meeting, they should put the 0.75 rate hike on the table here. I don't know. I'm hoping they do, but I don't think they're taking inflation as seriously as they need to be, or they're not being as aggressive. They're taking it seriously, just not being as aggressive as I would like them to be with it. But again, I'm just a YouTuber. They're economists that are trained and paid a bunch load of money to talk, right? Control prices. And here, I bet might go to 32K then tank. That'd be interesting to see for Bitcoin right now. I mean, it all depends on if we can really hold on to this trend line here. If we can, good opportunity. We have a nice solid bounce up, another big fake out, so to speak, and then we get another big hammering drop that takes us down below this trend line here. But for now, yeah, not too bad. And hey, Tony, I have a 48-cent limit order on Maddox. Is it too conservative a price? If you're talking about long-term holds, I would probably lower it a little bit more. But I think if you wanted to do an initial opening price right there, just in case the market doesn't go down as much as we kind of expect, I think that'd be an okay price. That'd be an okay place to place a limit order if you're asking me. I'd be fine with it, but that's for holding for the long term. Yeah, I think it's fine. I would also put one a little bit lower, though, probably around 40 cents or so, maybe even 35 or so, maybe. But I think overall, yeah, it'll be fine. Just don't do the one big purchase there. You'd be fine overall. Again, my big fear is, and kind of I want to express this to you guys again, that we may see the Nasdaq break down below its 200 weekly moving average, leading Bitcoin to break down below its 200 weekly moving average, causing chaos throughout the altcoins. So I want you guys to be able to have some cash on the side. This is just my plan. Have some cash on the side. So if things really do get bad and the dip keeps on dipping, right, you guys will have capital to really buy at those levels instead of just going all in at the 200 weekly moving average. That's why I've split up part of my position for that. And then if Bitcoin really has a bad time, the Nasdaq has a really bad time, I have capital ready to buy up at a large chunk at those prices, right? However, if for whatever reason we do not make a big fall and we manage to break back above that 200 exponential moving average on the weekly chart, then I'll put that capital towards that big buying opportunity, because normally the day after that we have a big, little skyrocketing effect. There you go. See, the baby technicals worked. but we kind of reached the price target a little bit earlier than I would like. Okay, let me exit out this stuff though. You guys really don't need to pay attention to those small little flags I draw. There we go. We're just hoping that we have 2 minutes left. Maybe we can have our first green candle. That'd be really, really nice right now. That gives us the opportunity to bounce up a little bit higher. Who knows if we're going to take it, but we have the opportunity. Hello. How you doing? Yeah. Loki's really, really tired today. Here, you want a treat? I was going to try to get him to say hi, but he's not having it. There you go. No? He is like passing out on the floor. Uh, um, hey, Big Fish, you think we take pretty soon? I'm leaving it up to the Nasdaq at this point. I'm leaving it up to the Nasdaq at this point. We've already broken down below the Fibonacci level right here. Um, just kind of waiting it out. But yeah, definitely does not look good. I'll grant you that. Definitely does not look good at all. I was just happy we had a little bit of a pop yesterday. I think everybody was just waiting for a little bit of green, but it seems like, of course, when a bear market rally, every green little pop gets dropped hard. It gets dropped hard. Actually, one other thing here, guys. We haven't talked about this in a minute here. Yeah, we are breaking down below that Gann friend level again. We haven't talked about the dollar index in a minute because it started to go back down here. So we know that every time we've been breaking out, we got rejected pretty hard. That's why you see some of these wicks here. Move this microphone a little bit forward. But we're starting to zoom back up here, which leads me to believe that the market, the dollar index does not like the way the markets may be coming back down here fairly soon. I think a lot of people assume that this is going to be the high. We weren't actually going to break above this line right here. We did. We got rejected pretty hard. Happens a lot. And now we're trying to make a second chug at it. And then, of course, USA oil. Oh, gosh, I hate that negative rate. There you go. US oil, guys, it was at 120 bucks today. It's going to get worse here. So inflation, the CPI data probably will look a lot worse. Hey, we finished off with a green little candle. Maybe we have an opportunity now to have a little bit more of a reversal here. Let's hope and see, okay? Yeah, see, as soon as the 15-second, people feel more confident, so they want to come buying in. I never understand it because it's not a specific science, but people always want to wait for that first 15-minute candle to close, and then they want to buy. That adds some level of confidence. But I guess if enough people do it, they got some proper price action. But we'll wait and see if we actually have a big move, because just because we have a small reversal doesn't mean we can't just do this, guys. Right? It just gives short-term hope to investors that want to make a quick buck here with a 1 or even 0.5% stop loss at this price. Let's see. What do I think about CA going forward? Deploy address from... Huh. I don't know. If a coin doesn't have socials, it's kind of a red flag to me. But if it's already on 13 exchanges but has no socials, I would probably say I would be willing to toss in 20 bucks just to see what goes on with it. I'm usually not the type of guy that takes massive risks like on coins like that. But if I want to have some fun with it, sure. 20 bucks is less than 4 gallons of gas now. So it's like a quarter or something of a tank. I don't know. But yeah, I'd be willing to toss some money into it just for fun if I had access to one of those exchanges. I wouldn't be making an exchange to go buy it. But yeah, it could be pretty fun. Let's see. What's right here? And hey, could we have some YouTubers think that Ethereum is going down and losing contracts with no future? I don't think they're going to be worthless, but Ethereum is not my favorite thing to do transactions with. My favorite is Tron. Like, the practicality of Tron is outstanding to me. If I move money between BitGet and KuCoin or KuCoin and Binance and FTX or whatever it may be, if I want to transfer through the Tron network, it costs me $1. $1, and that's it. If I want to transfer with Ethereum, it costs me $25 through ERC. It is absolutely outrageous. I think it's all a big scam. I mean, I don't have any proof to that, but I don't like it at all. Now, I buy Ethereum because it's a pretty stable coin, and I think of it as a long-term investment. I think it'll do just fine. But as far as will it be the thing of the future? No, I think I don't know exactly when this is going to happen, guys. To be frank, but I think over the next 5 years, Ethereum will not be number two anymore. It may be number 4 or 5 on the list of the most highest market cap coins, and that's specifically because if I want to transfer using the Ethereum network or I want to buy using the Ethereum network, it is so expensive. It is too expensive. If they could fix those costs and get it down to $1, then by all means, awesome. I'd even put more money behind Ethereum. But the fact that it costs $25 to transfer, they're using ERC, the Ethereum network, no, at all. I don't like it at all. I said no too much. My dog was like, a peace out. But yeah, I don't like that at all. I really don't. They need to fix it. I think they can, but I'm not entirely sure when that's going to be happening anytime soon. All right. Let's see. Uh, what's right here? Made me laugh. I know, right? Well, you can compare it to gas nowadays. $20 is less than 4 gallons of gas. It's just like I'm trying to think because you guys know I help my mom out financially and stuff like that. And she was complaining about gas price, and I never complain about gas because it's like a credit card. You get like your 2% cash back, 3% cash back on gas rewards, whatever it may be. So I usually don't care about it too much. But she's on fixed income, which is why I always help her out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, wow, yeah, okay, this is taking a chunk out of your your money. But I realized this months ago. But I was like, yep, I got to think in terms of gas right now. And we're seeing a nice little bit of a rebound here, guys. See, the first green candle, people just love to buy it. In case you guys are ever wondering, in case you guys are ever trading, a lot of times that first green candle on a 15-minute chart after having a lot of nasty red candles here, as you guys can see, it does give optimism, and people use this as a buying opportunity for quick scalps or maybe even short-term day trades where they're trading for like an hour or so. In case you guys ever want to know, take some of these little bit of a tidbits and use them and test them out before you actually use real capital on them. But they work, guys. They work. All right, right here. And I see back teaser. And how about ADA? As far as ADA is concerned, ADA actually had a pretty nice pop. We talked about it a little bit ago. I'll just do a quick little thing on it right now. Weekly. I think over the next few weeks and or months, if Bitcoin really does drop that extra 25% to be getting back down to the 200 weekly moving average, I think you'll see ADA go much further than that. Just for ADA to go back down to its old Fibonacci level right here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Right. It would have to come down 26% to reach this Fibonacci level. I think if Bitcoin really did have that big crash, I could see Ethereum, ADA going down about 50% or more, coming back down into the I won't say 23 cents down to this level, maybe, but I do think we can go back into the 20-cent plus range. I'd say 25-cent plus range, something like that. And I think that'd be the perfect opportunity to buy ADA for the long term. And again, that's if Bitcoin really does take that big 25% drop down. Maybe it doesn't even come, somewhere down here. I'd be happy to buy around 30s in the 30-cent range too, though. But yeah, I could see it coming down a lot lower than that. And on top of that, anything else actually of worth as far as ADA? We've already broken down here. Like, for me, ADA seems like the future of what I can expect from Ethereum. Because, like, you have Ethereum right here just without the breakdown happening yet. And as soon as Ethereum breaks down, which could be this week or next week, then I think that's when things start to get a little bit worse overall. Sometimes Ethereum leads the way on Bitcoin, unfortunately, and sometimes it doesn't. So, like, a good example of this is, let me get rid of all these drawings here. Let's go to the daily chart. I think this one was it. Because I remember talking to you guys about this the day it happened. So we had a little bit of a red flag, kind of like saying, hey, everybody, be careful here. Because Ethereum broke down below the trend line right here on this day. When was it? November 26th. And going back over here to Bitcoin, November 26th was right here. Yeah, right here. So kind of gave me a little bit of concern, like, hey, if we're breaking down here, that's not going to be good as well. And then on top of that, I think, was that the right breakout? No, this isn't the right breakout. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. So Ethereum broke down on the 26th. Bitcoin actually broke down on the 3rd of January, 3rd of December, instead of the 26th of November. And so I was saying, hey, everybody, the fact that Ethereum broke down is a really big red flag, because a lot of times Ethereum will break down just a little bit before Bitcoin, and it's giving you guys a big flashing warning saying, whoa, 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 bad news could be coming, be careful. It doesn't mean it's a certainty, but I've noticed that Ethereum has broken down a day before Bitcoin on many occasions here. But as far as Bitcoin right now, guys, let's go back over here. Depends on the breakdown you're looking. Right now, Ethereum is not looking at the same type of breakdown that we're looking at here as far as Bitcoin. Right now, Ethereum is, just trying to go off of this support level right. Oh, fuck, the magnet's on. Right there, right? Two totally different breakdowns. The last breakdown we saw with Ethereum that had any big move was this right here, right? Breakdown, poosh, coming back down. Or maybe just the breakdown here. That breakdown, sell, short, excuse me, then, right. Um, but I think as soon as Ethereum starts breaking down below this level, I think that's when you start to see shit hit the fan, so to speak. But for now, we're making a little bit of progress after having a pretty abysmal last few hours. It still doesn't look good. We could crash any minute. However, there's some optimism here. Optimism is all we're looking for, guys. Uh, what's right here? And hey, investing, you're flowerish. Uh, you know, people say I look very happy when I don't have my glasses on, but also people say I look very much more intimidating, which I don't think. Maybe that was when I was younger or something like that. But for the most part, I like when this market is doing something instead of just doing nothing. I'm much more excited about a crash or a jump than just stagnation. Nothing else. And most of the time, I look pretty studious if I have my glasses on. See, I have contacts on now, so everything's gonna look pretty blurry. But see, oh, but the reason I have this is because I have all the lights. Because I have the Blackmagic 6K camera there, I have to have all the lights set up a lot different. Remember, normally you guys see me on the webcam, and the quality of video is absolutely atrocious. Here, let me see if I can show you guys this very fast. Video capture device, add source. There you go. See, that's the quality of the webcam that you guys are seeing right now. That is a webcam that cost me like $200, $200 webcam. On the bottom right hand corner, that's a $2,000 camera, right? So you can see how bright all the lights are around me. That's why when I have my glasses on, you can see how the light might change stuff up a little bit more depending on what's happening. See, a lot brighter on the one in the middle of your screen, not as bright as the one in the bottom right hand corner. But I had a couple of friends that are really good with cameras help me set everything up last night. And in case I need to make any changes to my computer or my camera, there's an app here that works with the Blackmagic. It's really, really nice. But freaking $2,000 for a camera, yeah, things get really expensive there. All right. Can I think of any other companies, foundations that's hiccuped as much as Solana and it's still been successful? Not many. I think Solana is going to be a really good shorting opportunity here. What was kind of interesting over the last few hours is Solana had a pretty nice bump because I think a lot of the shorts got scared that we might actually be looking at a little bit more of a stronger rally. And so you saw Solana actually jump up about like 10%, which is freaking crazy. But I think overall, if they can't get these issues together, what I think is happening there, what's the easy way to say this? So this is an easy way to answer it. When I played football in high school, I was on the line because I'm a bigger dude, and I was a lineman on the field goal team. And one time during the field goal kick, they double teamed me, and I got tossed on my ass. Okay, just absolutely annihilated, right? And what happened was when I was in film the next day, my coach was saying, "Hey, Michael, now every team has that film, so now everybody's going to try to double team you so they can try to get to the ball, right?" So I think what's going to happen here with Solana is if they can't get their act together, everybody knows what's happening. I think you will see people try to target those weaknesses on purpose to try to crash the price down and maybe even use that to try to crash Bitcoin down. But I think overall, you will see a lot of people short Solana down because of the continual issues that they are having. Hopefully they can get everything fixed up. I really haven't done much research on what's going on with Solana myself, but I do know it's been some really bad news for them, and people are starting to get more and more worried. And I will just use this as an example here. When we talked about Luna over the past few days, make sure that you guys do not have like 50%, even 10%, or even 5% of your entire net wealth tied up in any one coin. Please don't do that. Because you know how many like sob stories were on TikTok or on Twitter and everything? I say, I lost my entire second mortgage on Luna because I thought it was going to the moon. Don't be stupid, people. Everything that you guys are investing in crypto, it should be excess income. If it goes away tomorrow, you can be bummed about it, but I hope it doesn't make you homeless, right? So be practical about how much money you're investing. I have much more money invested in the stock market than I do the crypto market. However, this year so far, I've been making a lot more money in the crypto market than the stock market. So you got to be prepared, guys. You got to be very, very smart about how you approach the market and not being so overly dramatic with it. And hey, bro, thank you very much for the super chat, man. Is it a good time to buy BNB? If you wanted to do a day trade with a tight stop loss of maybe 1% to 2%, sure, you could. Understand that there is an investigation, I think, going into BNB at this moment in time. Let me see. BNB. Yeah, there you go. U.S. probes Binance over token that is now world's fifth largest. So there is a little bit of a probe going on. So if you're looking at a short-term kind of play, then yeah, you want to have a 1% to 2% stop loss on that trade, though. If you're looking for long-term, I'd probably wait a little bit longer because I expect Bitcoin to go down much further over the next few weeks and months. That's me, but the one thing that is concerning to me right now is, again, there's a probe going into this right now through Binance. I'd rather this not be happening, but it looks like it is, and the SEC doesn't really care much about like real crime. They're just kind of wasting the little money they have to go after crypto. I don't know who's running that agency, but they're stupid. And I confidently, they're just not the smartest guy in the room, okay? Heck, they even were picking fights with Elon Musk when they could have been actually going after real illicit activity, illegal activity, right? Yeah. It's not the first time they've done this. We'll see how it works out. Personally, I'd be waiting for a while. I'd be waiting for a while to buy anything like BNB or something like that. In particular, I'm actually more excited about buying other coins, other exchange tokens, so to speak. I've been buying up coins from the KuCoins, right? Voyager VGX, I think it is. BGB from BitGet. That one's also something I'm really heavily invested in right now. A lot of these exchange tokens, I'm having a good time buying them. Now, I'm not putting the whole kitchen sink into them, no, but I'm happily buying quite a few of them. And if you guys can see right here, if you guys want to see where to buy these coins pretty quickly, all you guys would do is go over to coinmarketcap.com, look at all the carnage of revenue you guys see on your screen right now. But then if you guys wanted to, you guys could just go over here to exchanges, and you could just click on each individual one, and you would find their coin, like Kraken token, KuCoin, Gate.io. If most of these have coins, because they want you to buy their coins so they can make money, and also because they give you the little perks. If you own our coin, you can have 20% discounts on your futures trading or your leverage trading, whatever, right? It's actually a pretty good deal. It's a good reason to be buying their coins if they're somewhat stable. If not, just pay the extra 20% fee, get it over with. But yeah, you're going to find something here, then you're going to go on to their exchange and try to buy it up, right? And that's the easy way. Like BitGet right here is number 49, this used to be not even in the top page. It's moving up here a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's the money. Yeah, people are moving the money here. Yes, that's good. But yeah, so things like that are what I've been really loading up on. And then, of course, coins like STMX, like Metaverse coins that I've seen whales loading up on them myself. Those are things I tend to like quite a bit. A little bit of Ethereum Classic just because it's on Robinhood. I think some exchange put out some new coins today as well. I don't know if it was Robinhood or not. You guys know I don't use Robinhood, but I think I can go. Yeah, let me see. Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood. Oh, there it goes. They got $1.51 in my Robinhood account. I'm rich. Um, Newly listed crypto. No, nothing else. Maybe it was Webull that put new crypto out today. I'm not entirely sure. But you know, if I can find some low market cap crypto on a particular app like a Webull or a Robinhood, that gives me a lot of confidence. So far, there's not really many low market cap coins on Robinhood. I think the cheapest one is Compound, right here, 66 or 56 bucks. But market cap is 400 million. That's not bad. My problem with this is, particularly when I like to buy some of these coins that I think can have really great futures, I want to see the price be under a penny. And the reason for that is when new investors hop on into the market, when everybody's FOMOing and buying everything they can, people tend to not really look at the market cap. They tend to only look at the price. And if the price is under a penny, then they're like, oh my god, if this just gets to $1, I'll be rich. And people will go on to let me see, like a price increase calculator. So let's say if I bought at 0.0005 whatever, and it finishes off at 1, I just made almost a 200,000% profit. 19,000, yeah, 199,000% profit. Wow, how amazing would that be if I just had such great money? And you could go over here to let me see right here, copy. And so if I invested 1,000, oh, whoop, that's not what I was looking for. One below it. There we go. And if I had $1,000 and I had to increase that much, well, guess what? I would have so much money. I would turn $100 into 200,000, and that's how the mindset usually works with some of these lower priced coins, because nobody's ever looking at the market cap. The problem is it's rare that that ever happens, of course, but people think that it can. And when they think that it can, they will toss all the money they in the world at it, hoping to just make even a fraction of that. And you saw that with Dogecoin this year. A lot of people just tossing a bunch of money, kind of FOMOing in here. Meanwhile, a lot of people just had been holding for a while, just dumping it off on new investors. But or even just not even. You get what I'm saying, though. There you go. All right, well, we have a little bit of a rebound, guys. That is nice to see so far. It is nice to see so far. Is it a good time to buy Ethereum, DOT, and EIG? You're not going to be any better off on those coins than the what I just told you about BNB. What's happening right now is we could definitely have a rally here. If you want to buy any of those coins, go ahead, but you need to have a tight stop loss because of what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin right now is on the verge of breaking down. On the verge. We're practically tapped on support. Not yet. We're like $500 away from it at this point. But we're at support. So what you want to happen here, if you're buying for a short-term gain, you want us to not break down below this trend line here, and you want Bitcoin to there you go, curl back up here, and then break out, and then break out again. Maybe tap down here, then break out, come back over here, and then you might be selling those altcoins for a specific product. If you're looking to buy for a longer term, however, at that point in time, it's really not in your best interest to be loading up a lot on coins right now. I'm buying a lot of coins, but I'm buying them in a little bit here, a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the day after tomorrow, and so forth here. But if you're looking to buy any of those coins, no, this is going to be the best chart, is it? Normally, you're going to be looking to buy when Bitcoin kind of finishes the cycle off, and a lot of times, let me get rid of the 200 EMA here. That cycle usually ends when Bitcoin runs into this 200 weekly moving average here. That's normally when you want to be buying the bulk of your coins up here. So until then, you could still be buying up a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, just in case we don't actually reach that price point this time, the moving average, which is fine. Or you could just wait until then and have a little more safety. It's really up to you at this point. I've been buying a little bit every day, and I'm also waiting to buy a large chunk when we run into that 200 weekly moving average. But normally, if you guys want to know when I'd be buying for long-term gains, long-term holdings, I would be buying when Bitcoin itself runs into that 200 weekly moving average, regardless of whatever the price the altcoin is at, regardless of whatever the chart looks like for that specific altcoin. If you can time it to where Bitcoin finds its own bottom, that's going to be a game changer for everybody out there. Okay, the thing that I'll caveat here: Bitcoin's never been through a recession, never. So if the Federal Reserve cannot get everything fixed up, or they cause a recession and there's a really bad market turmoil as far as the NASDAQ and stuff like that, there is a chance where we may break down below the 200 weekly moving average, and possibly for the first time here as well, here's the 20-week moving average, the 20-week may break down below the 200. Now, we've come close during each of the past crypto markets. The crypto market of 2014, 2015, we didn't break down below it. No death cross, right? No death cross between the 20 and the 200 weekly moving averages. 2018 crash, after this big rally that everybody got introduced to Bitcoin, we came close, didn't happen. COVID, it happened too fast to really see anything crazy happen. Right now, though, you're starting to see it's getting closer and closer and closer. We want to have a big move up here, preferably. Let's kind of drag this down here. Just kind of assume it's going in the same direction. It'll change, but let's just assume here. We want to have a solid move up around September or October, or we're going to be looking very, very pessimistic as where the market may be going. It doesn't mean we're just going to completely tank, but it will be a big bearish red alert warning saying, whoa, 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 this has not happened before. So what does this mean? It means uncertainty. And does the market like uncertainty? No, we do not. And so that'll lead to a little bit of chaos here, but that's the plan we'll talk about if the time comes, where we might see Bitcoin going back down to 16,000, maybe even as low as 14,000, if things get really bad as far as the economy, and we really start to see some major bubble pops on the traditional stock market at the same time, okay? But now, your best bet, if you guys are going to be buying along here, is to be buying, when Bitcoin is closer to the 200 weekly moving average. If you guys want to be buying a little bit every day, I usually start this process of buying every day once Bitcoin breaks down below the 100 weekly moving average. I don't know if I do have it right here. Okay, good. So this is the 100 weekly moving average on the daily chart, okay? And this is the 200 weekly moving average on the daily chart. So usually when we break down below this level here, I tend to be buying a little bit every day until the point where we get back above it. So during COVID, it really didn't last that long because we were just, it happened so fast. But one day, here, let me see. About 25 days, then we kind of came back down here, then we popped up again. But 25 days of buying, and then, good times roll on. Over here, 178 days of buying, good times. But as far as this one's concerned, you could also add the EMA, so you could do light buying here, light buying, Let's say this is $5 a day, $5 a day, $5 a day, $5 a day. Well, this is like $20 a day, $20 a day, $20 a day until you actually pop back above it. And then, you could be buying $5 a day again if you want to, or whatever strategy works out for you guys as well. But really, light buying below the 100, strong buying below the 200 weekly exponential moving average. And let's actually go on exponential moving averages here very fast before I move on with you guys. Oh, which one was it? Video tutorial or YouTube Diamond tutorials for channel, I think it was. Yeah, this is it. Okay. We don't got to worry about the simple moving averages right now. Let's just kind of go over the EMAs very fast. So green line is the 20-week EMA. Blue line is the 50-week EMA. Yellow, 200 weekly EMA. And pink is the 100 weekly EMA, okay? All of them are exponential moving averages. You can see we're finding a little bit of support across the 200 EMA right now, but we're about to have a death cross here between the 20 EMA and the 100. This normally doesn't really foreshadow anything, but I'm just letting you guys know it's going to be a bearish sign. Just historically, this bearish sign has not been doing much. It is still, however, bearish sign. And more importantly, after that, we're looking for the 50 to come down below the 100 here as well, coming closer and closer and closer. And as I As I go back in time here just a little bit more, we've never had the 20 EMA close below the 200 EMA as well. Never had the 20 EMA close down below the 200 as well. That's the big thing here. Now going over here to the DEMA, double exponential moving averages. I know it's a mouthful. On for this one, yes, we have had it if it goes back in time enough, right? The 200 is so, I don't even want to call this. It has so much weight to the most recent candles that the 200 is not nearly as much. Remember what the yellow line is supposed to be? The 200 weekly moving average. Remember how on the other charts it's like way down here and then it's like way down here? Yeah, on this chart it's way up higher. So I don't use it for that as much. But what we're usually looking for here is a little bit of a cluster. Normally when we see clusters, just like with the TEMA here, we tend to have some stronger moves. And we are looking at another cluster happening here sometime in June. So I expect a sizable move, whether it's positive or negative, nobody knows. But we should have a pretty sizable move somewhere in June, if you ask me. And then, of course, the TEMA here, a little bit more accurate version of the DEMA. We're getting close to a cluster here, guys. Fairly close to a cluster on the daily charts. Cluster, big move down. Cluster, a little bit of a pop. Cluster right here came screaming down. Cluster right here came roaring up. It doesn't tell you which way we're going. You got to use other technical analysis for that. However, it has been pretty accurate so far, and it looks like we're probably looking for a cluster. Sometime this weekend. Congrats. Weekends are usually pretty fun. Alrighty. See. And hey, Tony, do I like VeChain? I like VeChain for a longer term hold. I'd probably, like I said, with all these other altcoins, I'd be waiting to buy them a little bit later on in the market cycle. And hey, Kenny, Shiba's on Robinhood. Yeah, I don't like Shib on Robinhood because it doesn't have a low market cap. I need to have a low market cap with a low price in order for me to really want to go heavy into something, really hoping for some really crazy gains from it. Now, Sheep can give you some really good gains, but they're not going to be the parabolic tens of thousands of percent return that I'm looking for it while I'm picking these specific coins out here. Very, very low price, under a penny, no, for sure. However, it doesn't have the low market cap that will really justify it. So if you have a higher market cap and a low price, and everybody kind of jumps into it, you can expect some gains, but it's going to be nowhere near as great as if as a low market cap, you buy before everybody else does, and then it has all the buyers that everybody wants to buy and make it go to $1, whatever, a penny, whatever it is, to really push it up. Two different things. You want both of them to find that perfect coin that can really make you into a millionaire, the Doge millionaires, whatever it may be, the Bitcoin millionaires, whatever. You want to buy a low market cap, and you want to have the market cap soar, but you also need a low price so it can be memeable. And hopefully it's on Robinhood or Webull or on a major exchange so everybody can buy it up in a hurry, and there's not going to be too much of it, too many boundaries to stop people from buying up as much as they want to. Hey, Puffin, would I go with one Ethereum or the same amount in Bitcoin? I would go with one Ethereum. One Ethereum. I wouldn't be holding it forever, but I would have one Ethereum until all-time highs, and I would sell it and put it off into smaller market cap coins. But yeah, that's it here. Zachar, give it a month or two and everything will be lower market cap. I mean, that's what we're looking at right now, guys. The market's continuing to go down. Everything just looks kind of pessimistic right now. But I mean, that's just the way the market cycle kind of works. I know a lot of you guys, this may be your first bear market in Bitcoin. It's usually pretty bad. It's not really exciting in any stretch of the imagination. Everybody's kind of worried in general and stuff like that. But this is the time when you're buying. I mean, whales are buying right now. Why shouldn't you be, right? If the whales are loading up because they find a whole bunch of good buying opportunities, this is the time where you guys want to be buying. Because eventually, guys, when Bitcoin reaches its next all-time highs, however long it takes, it may take a few months, or it may take like 6-7 months, it may take over a year. Whenever we do reach our next all-time highs and everybody is really flying in here, the market's going crazy, well, guess what? That's when you guys are selling off your assets and you're making a killing in the market. Some of your coins will have some of your coins may have lost money. Some of your coins may be up about 100%, but you will have more than a few coins that are up 1,000% if you guys do your due diligence and start buying coins that have a practical utility that does solve a problem, okay? and you guys will be very happy you bought those coins in general. But you guys have to understand, you have to buy when everybody else is selling. You guys probably hear this all the time, but how many of you guys actually do the buying at these levels? And you guys don't have to put all of your money into it, of course. You guys just like, I want to buy a little bit now, a little bit there, a little bit here, and so forth. And you just kind of wait it out and sit. You don't have to worry too much about what's going on. Did you happen to catch a scalp long round here? I'm not scalping this right now, but I told you guys could buy with like a 0.5% stop loss if you wanted to. Nothing too crazy there. But at this point in time, it's I don't know, what is the stop loss going to be if you wanted to buy right now? Because I'll give you a couple. One was like 1%. Yeah, one was like 0.8%, but 1%. The other one was like 0.5% here, yeah. And then now if you wanted to buy, it's like back up to 1% or so. So if you wanted to buy, it's not too much of a stop loss. And let's see, DGBI. If you're gonna hop into Digi right now, you got to be very, very careful. I think already popped up today. I got an alert about it on my phone, and it showed up on one of my other scanners too, as far as day trading opportunity. What is that? Yeah, oh, that's DD. No, I'm talking about something else. Then never mind. DGBI, DGBI. I don't know. Hold on. DGBI. DGB. Yeah, it's not showing up for me for whatever reason. Not entirely sure why though. I don't know. Sometimes stuff on Robinhood doesn't show. I see stuff on TradingView doesn't show up too well. Let's see. Up or down is exciting at. Yeah, there we go. But I mean, right now, guys, we're in a decent spot. That's what I'm saying. We're in a decent spot. Nothing too crazy going on right now. We're just hoping that the market can kind of find a little bit of a bottom here. That way we can, get back up to the golden times. However, what we're experiencing right now, what we experienced earlier today, was a bear market rally followed by a big fake out, and we know this is going to happen more often than not. So I want to remind you guys here, over the next few days, you may see more big pops like this. We even had small pops like this, right? But you guys notice we do have some, I wish there wasn't so much stuff clouding in this chart here. We have some nice little pumps, but we have been knocked down, knocked down, knocked down repeatedly. Like some pretty strong short moves have been here. And it seems like these shorts, nothing stops them. Like look at it, just flat out fell, just flat out fell. There's not much support here trying to keep Bitcoin up. So if you guys do go long here and you guys do want to take some trades, by all means go for it. But just understand, usually after these really large little pops that we have, after a few hours or so, we tend to come crashing back down, and that's not something you guys want to be in the position while it happens. So make sure when you guys are investing, you guys have a pretty decent stop loss there, okay? All right. But okay, buddy, I'm going to head off right now. What I'm probably going to do for you guys here is let me get rid of a lot of these charts. That's the rocks. Let me see. Uh, is it better? Oh, it's gonna make me sign in. Oh, freak! I don't know what my password for that one is. You know what? You guys should be fine. It's not too much technical analysis here. Just use the support level, and you guys will be fine. I'll see you guys later on tomorrow. If Bitcoin crashes tomorrow, I'll be live for you guys. Okay. However, if the market is green and everything's looking okay for Bitcoin, you guys will see me at the normal time of 6 p.m. Pacific time. I want you guys to be very, very careful here, though, to watch out for any big nasty moves. If later on tonight, in the next hour and a half while I'm awake, if the market decides to crash during that period of time, I will actually hop back on live to talk with you guys throughout the rest of the night. But for now, we've had a little bit of a crash. We're having a little bit of a rebound after having that first green candle on the 15-minute chart or so. So again, relax, everybody. Enjoy your night. If you guys really care about this breakdown here, draw your trend line on your chart, right-click that trend line, and do add alert to the trend line by right-clicking on it. And there you go. It sets everything up for you guys. You can have it set to notify to app, whatever it is. But have fun with it. Relax, everybody. Bad times, it's going to suck. Then you'll be fine. All right? Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time or